Go weekdays at 9 a.m. on 1580 The Fanatic. Point.
Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
Oh, I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down.
Ace.
You're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at harmansolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to harmansolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's harmansolar.com.
Shop Kohl's Epic Deals today and save big on spring styles you love. Find epic deals like tees and tanks starting at $6.99, pillows or cozy towels for $2.99, stylish sandals starting at $12.99, and so much more. Plus, you can earn Kohl's Cash too. Spring is in the air, and so are the savings when you shop at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer valid through April 27th. Exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
My pain is considerable, but that prescription is dangerous.
The side effects of my medicine are worse than my condition.
I'm in recovery. I can't take those pills.
When faced with a health crisis, you shouldn't have to choose between risks.
At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our naturopathic doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves immediate physical symptoms without having you take a bunch of pills. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa. And outrun a few.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now, Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000 MSRP. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. 2024 Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer suggested retail price. Manufacturer suggested retail price excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual prices.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Ledger. Your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Harris Hicks in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. As we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and if you're watching on YouTube, I don't want anybody to think I just yelled at Harris. He doesn't feel good. He looks like I just yelled at him. He has this sort of like downtrodden look, like a puppy dog that just got scolded. And I just want to make sure everybody knows I didn't yell at him. I mean, I did wish him a little bit ill will, but I didn't yell at him. Harris, back me up. Let him know I didn't yell at you.
Oh, you wouldn't
tell the truth, Harris.
You wouldn't dare do such a thing, Jeffrey.
Oh no, I would
dare.
totally yell at you. I absolutely would. I'm not afraid of you
Is
the
that
least.
so?
Yeah, no, he would totally yell at you.
So we weren't on the air yesterday because we didn't feel like it. That was pretty much the answer.
Yeah.
There's nothing more to be really got from everything. If people are looking for mysteries or like, oh look, they got fired. Not so fast, Donnie. They just didn't happen. But
Did we experience some technical difficulties?
No, not at all.
No.
They were great.
Did we
turning it over to network was just felt great.
Did the tower fall over?
No. Do I need to say nobody felt like doing a show yesterday? That's all there is to it.
Did a car crash into our transmitter site?
No, I'm not going to make up any lies. I mean, I'm just telling the truth. We just didn't feel like it. You know?
So we just what you're saying is we all just didn't feel like doing a show.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
We just decided it was Monday and just to hell with it. We're not going to do a show.
We don't know anybody anything. You know what I mean? And especially not an explanation.
Well,
but I'm giving one just because,
sounds good.
Got a lot of weird texts on the text line in our absence.
Really?
In fact,
not
people
surprising.
Trying to text other shows. This was bizarre. Remember last week I told you there was some of you texted in prom. And I'm like, what the hell? And then again, prom, and then caps, prom, and then flag. I'm like, finally, I couldn't take it anymore. So I texted back. I says, why are you texting these random words? He goes, oh, sorry. This is the wrong text line. I said, yeah, this is for 1580 The Fanatic. Oh, I thought it was in Wisconsin. So now I could just walk away from it. But then I got curious. And I said, well, why would you think this is Wisconsin? A lot of times we do have people end up here trying to text syndicated show. And he goes, no, I was trying to get the 95.3 text line in Monroe, Wisconsin. I'm like, okay, but how did you end up with this number? Well, when I put 95.3 in the text line, you came up first. And I didn't even look at the location or name. I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense, because what was the on-air name of the station? Are they sports like us? We don't even have a 95.3 as a frequency. Why would the internet send you there? And then I did a quick search, and there isn't even a 95.3 FM near Monroe, Wisconsin, according to the FCC. So I'm like, hey, what gives there, weirdo? And then I did a Google search on 95.3 text line. Our station did not even come up. So I was like, this whole thing just sounds fishy. And he goes, oh, well, that's why I got yours. They're 93.7 and 95.5. I put the two together and got yours.
So mathematically,
that doesn't even make sense.
I don't know why you're driving away, good listeners.
That's not
you're
a good
just driving
listener.
them away.
That's some guy who just got a wrong phone number and thought they were texting another radio station. I'm not really worried about our ratings in Wisconsin, to be honest.
Well, I mean, maybe you could have talked to, have you heard our show? I mean, that sort of thing.
Right.
Kiss the Cook says, sometimes there's barriers in golf.
Barriers in golf? I mean, technically, like bunkers.
What are you talking about, man?
There's barriers in golf.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Nothing.
Who are you? Ringless Joe? What's the deal here? Anyway, so we didn't do a show yesterday, but we're back. Everybody, stop crying. Jeez, it was really just hard to watch. People just losing their minds that we weren't.
A lot of Russ Wilson going on, huh?
Stop it.
Yeah,
just stop. So while we were out, really nothing really happened. I mean, the Pope died.
The Pope died.
Oh, by the way. Man, I wish we had more time to work on this, but last time a pope died and we got a new pope, we had a contest, pick the pope, and you could win popsicles and potpourri and pope on a rope. We had a whole package together, and it was a lot of fun. And I asked, I was like, I don't want to offend any Catholics or anything. And this one old lady called up. She said, I don't think this is very nice. And then outside of that, all the other Catholics were like, this is awesome, because we were respectful. We just talked about the people that they had in mind. And then what we did is each listener would call in, and then we would assign them a papal candidate. And if their papal candidate won, they won a huge prize package. We don't have time to do that kind of stuff right now.
And we don't have a huge prize package to give away.
Not yet, at least.
No, not a prize. But anyway, so, I do want to kind of pick my pope, though. I've already picked my pope out. I don't know if he's going to be the guy who wins, but it's the guy I want to win.
All right.
Cardinal Matteo Zuppi. who is the Archbishop of Bologna. I bleep you not.
He's the Archbishop of Bologna.
Of
Yeah.
Bologna.
I think it's or Bologna. I don't know how they pronounce it.
Did Triple H and I get a list of these papal candidates so
Well,
we
no,
can pick
'cause
ours?
I didn't have time to put
Is
anything
this just a
together.
one-horse race then? Is that what you're saying?
Well, you can go ahead and look up the papal candidates. There's nothing
geez,
stopping you.
I don't have time to do that.
But I want just, Archbishop of Bologna. I think that would be amazing. But he looks like a nice enough guy. He looks like a guy who just told a good joke, But most people think the favorite is Cardinal Pietro Parolin, who is the Holy See Secretary of State at this moment. So, but anyway.
He's the Holy See Secretary of State.
I have no idea what that means. But
The
that's
hell?
what it says. That's what it says. And then they got a couple of Filipino guys. They got a couple of Asians there. That's okay. That'd be a new thing. If Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle and Cardinal Pablo or Virgilio David got in there. But then there's an American. Can you imagine an American Pope?
Wow.
Yes.
An American Pope.
Cardinal Gerald Cyprien Lacroix, the Archbishop of Quebec. Oh, he's not American. Oh, he's just Canadian.
No, he's Canadian.
Oh, Canadian Pope. Very polite Pope.
Yeah.
There are legit
Cardinal
betting
Jerry.
odds. There are legit betting odds on this.
Oh, here's the American guy. It's Cardinal Joseph Tobin, the Archbishop of Newark. And he didn't look like a very friendly Pope, I'll be honest with you. But I like Cardinal Fridolin Mbongo Basungu from the Congo. I mean, that'd be awesome. Then they got a Japanese guy. So there's all sorts of diversity in this list of papal candidates.
Yeah. Yeah. The odds on favorite. The fact that there is betting on this is crazy. But you can legitimately place bets on this. Luis Antonio Tagle?
Yeah, that's the Filipino guy.
The Filipino guy, yes. 3-1.
They call him the Asian Francis because of his close association with the same priorities of Francis. They were like, hey. And so they were tight on stuff like that.
Yep.
So he's the favorite, really.
He is the favorite at 3-1. And Pietro Parolin from Italy is 4-1. He is right behind him.
I feel like, I think it'd be great to have, an Asian or an African or somebody not white would be great. But I wonder if the Catholic Church is ready for that. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully they're not a bunch of racist douchebags. But yeah, I mean, I just want an Archbishop of Bologna. That is just I saw Bologna and I'm like, yeah, that's my man.
Free bologna?
That's my man right there.
Potentially.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Maybe the Catholic Church would get free bologna.
They have the money for it. They could
do
easily
have the
give
money.
everybody free bologna.
Easily have the money.
I think that the Catholic Church can make their own bologna, can't they?
They could make it, sell it, do
Technically.
whatever they want. When they have all the money, they have
Yeah.
all the money
All of it.
stashed
So
away.
much money.
I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
If God said, "Hey, save up all the money, make sure you buy lots of expensive things and art, and make sure that help the poor." Listen, I told you. Go get the golden shoelaces. All right. This is God talking here. Make sure you get all the art, stash it away somewhere. No, it's not for the people. It's just trust me. Yeah. And then ask them for more money. Keep asking for money. Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop. I think that's what God said. I mean, that's what it seems like.
I don't
from
see
what
that.
I've seen.
I don't see that written in any Bible I've ever read.
Oh yeah. Well, it must be in a special part that only the Pope gets to read. Because so far that's been their business model. And
it's
to be honest, business model for an awful lot of other religions.
Mm.
But anyway, the fun part is trying to figure out who's going to get the papal presidency or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Papalship.
Papalship. Right.
So I'm just, you know what? I want Zuppi, but he probably, because I want him, he probably is not going to get it.
Zuppi from Bologna.
He looks like he's fun. He just looks fun.
What about Peter Turkson from Ghana? He's a dark horse.
He's not up on my list. I don't see him there.
He's 5-1. I read.
I'm all for it, but yeah, for
Yeah.
whatever reason, let me see if there's a next page on my list. Nope.
He was on a list I saw.
Well, where is my guy on the odds? Cardinal Matteo Zuppi from Italy.
I don't know. I am pulling back up the list at the moment.
Man, my guy doesn't even have good odds.
Quite far behind.
It's
7
like I just
1.
picked the Titans or something.
Yeah, he is
Oh,
kind of the
boy.
Titans. I'd like to say
Wow.
Peter Turkson's like the we'll call him the Golden State Warriors of this right now. He's kind of like the dark horse that people are like, ooh, he could do it, but some people are counting him out. Maybe he's too old. He's 76. You know, the Warriors possibly too old. People are saying, I'd like to think he's the Golden State Warriors of this this Pope election here.
Hefty Lefty says dark horse from Ghana, Harris. Oof. Yeah, that's how you know his heart is in the right place, Hefty. He didn't even think that way. Scratch
Oh,
Me
I did
Because
not.
says, I'm rooting for Serbian Archbishop Slobodan. Yeah, okay, that's not a real thing. That's just
Wow.
your thing. I'm not falling for that. Scratch Me Because. Baker's Cocky Hen says, why isn't there a woman in the running? It's a good question. Huh. Yeah, you're right. I don't see any women. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the ages of some of these candidates.
They're all like 70.
67, 65. You know, I'm 63. Why can't I be Pope?
I feel like you
Randy,
could be Pope.
That's a good point.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm 65.
I
I
feel like
think
you
I
could
could
be
do a
Pope.
good job as Pope.
Yeah. I think you'd be a remarkable Pope, Randy.
I mean, can you imagine if I were Pope and still doing the Daily Blender?
What's the first thing you would do? Unlimited.
Well, I
bologna
would bless
sandwiches?
you two. I mean,
No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
bless you two guys right away.
Yes.
I didn't even
Thank you.
sneeze.
I would change the papal car from whatever it is now to a Ferrari.
No, of course. Yeah. Well, you know,
I
a
get to
little
drive
place
the
to
Ferrari,
sit.
of course.
Yeah.
Do we get to drive it ever? One time?
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's
You
go.
guys
I
do
thought
it.
we all
Okay,
get Ferraris.
You know what? I've now thought about this and
Mhm.
I'm in. Frankly, I'm in.
I have your vote.
Yep. Yep.
For all the good
You've
it
got my
does.
vote.
First off, none of us are Catholic. So I
Yeah.
think your chances are really slim.
Oh, you have to be.
But I support you.
You got to be Catholic.
I feel like that's probably a thing with them.
Mm.
I'm going to
feel
go
like
on a
that's a
limb and
thing.
say that
I don't
is
think
true,
I've ever
Jeffrey.
been Catholic. Mm.
I was accidentally Catholic for a weekend.
Were
It's a
you?
long It's a long story.
Elaborate.
It's a long
okay,
story.
Wow.
okay, okay.
Moist one says, I prefer Kyler Murray, the Cardinal of Arizona.
Mm. He's too short for the race.
Is there a height? I was going to say, is there a height minimum? to
Kyler
run for
Murray
Pope?
would be crushed under the weight of one of them papal hats.
He would come out if he were to be Pope. He would first of all,
All
he
you
would come.
see is this hat scooting across the ground like
yeah,
it was a
ex-
chess piece on a board.
Well, you would see the hat at
Right.
the holy city when he would come out to address the followers, the pilgrims there. All you would see is the hat.
they have to put a door in the hat where you could open it and say, "Hey,
Mm.
everybody."
Well, to be fair, Pope Francis was 5'9", so Kyler Murray might have a shot at it.
Kyler Murray is 5'7".
Yeah.
He'll be crushed by the hat.
Mm.
Number one Rattlers fan says, over in England, the C stands for, well, you know what. I don't know what he's talking about.
I have no
What?
idea what he's talking about. Yeah.
You lost us
Okay.
on that one, man.
Yeah, he did.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, Marianne Buddha is available. I don't know who that is.
Excuse me?
Marianne Booty? I don't know who that is.
Hmm.
Sorry.
No.
We're like we said earlier, we're not necessarily
Not looking
Catholic.
for a. We're not looking for a booty call.
Oh, that I know who that is. Oh no, you should stop that, Randy. She's a classy lady.
Oh,
She-
sorry.
Yeah, I've seen her before. She's she has stood up and raged against the abyss. She
Ah.
has.
Oh.
But I think they don't. I think there's rules. You can't be a woman. I don't know why.
Mm.
Berg says, "Welcome back and bless you." Thank you, Berg. You're a saint. Donnie says, "I got my money on Cardinal Pier Batista Pizzaballa." I feel like you just made
Really?
that up because I don't think that's a real person.
Hmm.
I think that you're just making a joke about how Italians about their names and language.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
Donnie, also Asian. I figured you'd be going for one of the Asian guys.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't know what brand Asian Donnie is. So he might be like, "Pfft, not a Filipino or "Pfft, not a Japanese guy. I don't know. I honestly don't know why he wouldn't pick an Asian,
Yeah.
He says, no, I got it off the New York Times website. That's a real guy. Cardinal Pier Batista Pizzaballa. You made that up. You got to send me a link. There's no way that's real. If it is, I might change my guy to the pizza guy. Baker's Cocky Hen says there's no rule that it can't be a woman, Jeffrey. It's 2025. Doesn't matter what year it is. You know, you got to go by what the rules were. Donnie says, wow, that's prejudice. I'm not prejudiced about anything I just said. I'm just curious. Number one Rattlers fan says, out of the previous 250 popes, how many were Italian? I would think that'd be the favorite. They do tend to lean that direction, but
They do.
the last guy was from Argentina, and did you know he used to be a bouncer at a nightclub?
No kidding.
I
Are
am
you
not
serious?
making this up.
Wow.
That is a true story.
Wow.
He used to be a bouncer, and I don't know how big he was. I don't know if he lifted weights. I don't know how it worked. And then, but yeah, he was in Buenos Aires. But he also owned a Harley at one time. Not sure if he ever rode it, but he did auction it off, like in 2014. So I don't know, man. You learn things.
So Jeffrey, I've been trying to look at how you actually bet on this thing. I've been curious.
Yeah, which book actually carries those bets?
Well, it's not legal in the US, unfortunately. But if you are in a country such as the UK, Ireland, or Italy, you can bet on books like William Hill, Paddy Power. I don't know quite what the second one is. The first one, I know what that is. So illegal in the US, but very legal in Europe and actually very common. How crazy is that? You can legitimately bet on that.
Well, it sounds
It's
like
insane to
not
me.
so legitimately after all. I mean,
Well, in Europe, you can. In the US,
you can't do it on. Well, I don't know why DraftKings doesn't have it or FanDuel.
Yeah,
Why
FanDuel. What
not?
are we doing here?
Make some money.
Yeah.
It's all good, innocent fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're not trying to be, rude or mean to our Catholic friends. It's just, it's just something like. Listen, it was I gotta say, I was glad it was the Argentine Pope and not that Nazi guy who hung around for a few minutes after John Paul died. You know what I'm saying? There was that guy, that one guy. He used to roller skate with Nazis or something, and then he was like, "I'll quit." And then here's where Pope Francis comes in. He seemed like a really great guy. So it's a celebration of life, it really more than anything.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'll see who the next guy is going to be wearing the funny hats.
Pope Francis loved basketball. He was a big basketball guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
So it's so if you're Catholic and listening, please know this is coming from a place of well, there is some of this that's funny. You got to admit that, but also it's not coming from a bad place. So George says, "Happy Taco Tuesday." He says, "No show yesterday for Easter Monday." Yeah, okay, that's why. Sure. He says, "My money is on Joseph Tobin to be the first American pope. We need a pope grilling some hot dogs and hamburgers at the St. Peter's Basilica patio on the 4th of July."
Wow.
Do we really? I don't know. I don't think we're going to see an American pope anytime soon.
Yeah. I wonder how exactly you become a pope. Like, what is the process?
So here's what happens. You got all these cardinals. You got all these people
right
who are part of the inner circle, I guess.
Yes.
And then
the Catholic Church.
Then a pope dies, and then they all get together and they just vote on who they think it should be, and then they argue about it. And I think there's debates, and this is out of public eye. It's all indoors. And then you'll see the black smoke from the chimney, and then they'll argue, and then they'll play Twister, and then they'll drink a little bit, and they'll fight and argue, and then they'll
Play
vote
more
again.
Twister.
Sounds like one of our production meetings.
Right. And until they figure out who the Pope is, it's quiet, and everybody's like, "Oh my goodness." And there's a lot of drama into that. And then finally, one day, they'll be like, "All right, fine, it's that guy. It's that guy. Yeah, it's that guy. How about that guy? Yeah, it's that guy." And then they throw a special log on the fire that makes white smoke come out, and everybody's like, "Hooray, we have a pope."
So what you're saying is whoever wins that game of Twister becomes the next Catholic
Well, I mean,
pope.
that's
No,
part
no,
of
that's
it.
part
That's
of it.
part
Yeah,
of
but
it.
it's not
But that's
the
a huge part.
fully
Let's not
definitive.
underestimate that.
It's not
Huge
fully
part.
You know how hard it is to play Twister with all the
Much
rooms.
less to win.
If your hat falls off, you're like, "Get out."
over.
Just don't. No,
Yeah.
you're not just not Pope.
done.
You're not even in the room. Get
Yep,
out.
Yeah.
Yep, get out.
Exactly.
You're not fit
Yeah.
for the job.
If your pointy hat doesn't stay on during the Twister, we don't
Yeah.
need you.
Yeah, this is
Mhm.
true. This is very true. It's a very important part, Jeffrey.
ASU Buddy says Pope John Paul went for St. Mary's or St. John's. Some saint. I hear it. I hear you, ASU Buddy. I hear
Big
you.
St. John's basketball guy, you're saying?
So here's what I know.
Oh,
we just spent 21 minutes talking about nothing really at all. So welcome back to the Daily Blender, right?
Yep. Yep, this is it.
We missed a bunch of sports stuff too while we're gone. So when we come back, we'll probably I can't guarantee it, but we'll probably start talking about that.
We'll try. We'll do
It's
our
the Daily
best.
Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T&Cs apply.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
Little help. Little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust, Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free.
Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-289-6215. That's 800-289-6215. 800-289-6215.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
It's money time for the NFL. Free agent money.
The money is obscene.
The free agent period is about to start, and some big names are looking to make a deal. Who will rake it in? Who will get turned away?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Which teams are buying and which teams are sitting on the sideline? We're all over the free agency scene. We're 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, your home for the NFL.
Today's Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Bruno Baller says, we have to at least talk about the Lakers losing their first game. Oh, yeah. Harris, could you help bring us up to date on the current state of the NBA playoffs?
Do you need a minute? I guess I probably should have said this before the show. I'll let you get the stuff together, and we can talk about the current state of affairs, or I can just talk you through it. I don't know how many games you guys have watched or not, but you want me to lead? I'll lead. Let's do this. Let's start with what he wanted and talk about how the Lakers lost game 1 to the Minnesota Timberwolves 117-95. So I can definitely spend some time talking about the Lakers losing a basketball game.
Yeah.
So what happened there? What Luka and LeBron couldn't get it going, huh?
Yeah, well, Luka was great. I mean, he had 37 points, 12 of 22 shooting, 50% from 3, yada, 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 all of that. He was great. The rest of his team struggled. LeBron only had 19 points on 18 shots as well. The bench sort of struggled to get going as well for the Lakers. They had, oh my goodness, 8 bench points. Oh no, they had 13 bench points. 13 bench points. Not good. So they got pretty beat hard there. Naz Reid was huge. Like the Lakers had no answer for Naz Reid. And if the Lakers lose this series, it's going to be for one reason, because they don't have a legitimate center.
Yeah, because Timberwolves play physical.
Yep.
They do.
Yep.
And they're going to come after you. And if you don't have somebody to bang it around underneath, I mean, let me guess, the rebounds were heavily in favor of the Timberwolves.
Yeah, the rebounds, I have it right here. Minnesota had 38 rebounds, and the Lakers ended up winning on the boards. No, the Timberwolves won on the boards. My mistake. 44-38.
Okay, that's close. So that means the Lakers just couldn't score.
Honestly, the Lakers had trouble scoring inside. They were 37% from three and like 41% from two as a team, which is not good at all. You know, this is the time everyone's been saying how much the Lakers have benefited off this Luka Anthony Davis trade, and they have. But this is the one series where people are going to say the Lakers could really use Anthony Davis.
Yeah, absolutely right. And then that was the surprise where they lost their big and they didn't get another one.
Yeah.
You know, they decided to go a different direction with the way they played basketball, basically.
Yeah, they did.
All right. So on to the next one. The Cavaliers beat the Miami Heat. Not a huge surprise there, right? That feels like a 4 and done kind of thing. Maybe game 5, just because somebody gets tired.
Yeah.
Cavaliers got this.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a sweep here. Cleveland has looked great all season. They're super well coached. Kenny Atkinson deserves the coach of the year, in my opinion. They've got a good team and a great coach. So they should honestly sweep, if not gentlemen sweep.
And then, of course, the Celtics beating the Magic 103-86. Kind of a similar story there. Don't know if it'll be a sweep, but it'll be close, right?
Yeah, it'll be close. Sweep, gentlemen sweep, same thing. Celtics, just the more complete team. They got a lot of help from their bench as usual. Peyton Pritchard was great. The Magic are just a really young team that aren't quite there yet.
So then, now, of course, it's Tuesday. We should have had this conversation yesterday, but the New York Knicks and Detroit Pistons are split 1 game apiece. And, the first game, Pistons beat the Knicks by 6. The next game, the Knicks beat the Pistons by, 9 or 11 points. And so here we are. So what's the story on this matchup?
Yeah, the story of it is New York is struggling to shoot. Game 2, they had, I don't know if you guys watched that last possession of the Knicks Pistons. Final minute, Tibbs drew up some great plays, got like 4 open looks from 3 in the last minute, and they couldn't convert. Couldn't convert at all. They were 29% from 3 as a team.
You mean the first game or the second one? Because
the second game.
Second game they won.
Mm-hmm. They won. The second game they lost. Bridges was 3 for 11 from 3.
The Knicks won. You talking about the Pistons or the Knicks?
I'm talking about the Knicks lost the second game.
No, they won. Okay, I could be wrong, but I think they won the second game.
It's a one. No. The Pistons won the second game.
Am I looking at the wrong thing? Oh, I got it backwards. I thought it was. I got the 2 games next to each other. So
that's
the
okay.
First game the Knicks won. The second game the Knicks lost.
Yes.
Okay, my bad.
No, that's okay. All good, Jeffrey. All good.
I was reading it backwards. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah. No, it happens. Bridges was just 3 for 11 from 3. Brunson 4 for 12. New York just didn't make any of their shots. They got open threes and just clanked it.
All right, so now you got the Pacers and the Bucks. Bucks lost. I mean, that was kind of a stunner to me. Or am I remembering a different Milwaukee Bucks team?
Well, again, it goes back to the coaching. I think this is going to be a huge thing here. Like, the Pacers have one of the best coaches in basketball, in Rick Carlisle. They're not the most talented team on paper. They don't have a superstar, but they're very well coached. And Milwaukee, they're really missing Damian Lillard. I go back to that, the 3-point shooting, 24% from 3 as a team, 24%. They weren't making anything. They had 9 threes the entire game. The Pacers had 13, shooting 38% from 3. So that's a big difference right there. Milwaukee just is not, they're missing shooters. They're missing Dame Lillard big time.
All right, we'll have some news for you about him in here a little bit. But the OKC, the Thunder, they beat the Grizzlies 131-80.
Oh gosh,
in game 1. That is so ugly. You can't help but think a sweep is on the way.
Yep. Honestly, you really can't. I think Oklahoma City has won 8 straight against Memphis coming into this game. So that was. People were kind of looking at the series and like, Oklahoma City 68-14. Memphis fired their coach out of the blue. They're on a cold streak. Wouldn't be surprised if this was a sweep. I did not expect it to be this ugly, Jeffrey.
Well, here's fine. At least in the West, some a bit of competition. At least the Warriors and the Rockets. The Warriors beat the Rockets 95-85. But you feel like this could end up being a series, right? Or is this just going to end up being Warriors all the way?
I think it'll be a series. My pick was Golden State in 6. Coming into this, I'm going to stick with that. I mean, Golden State, while they are older, they have just a lot of great veterans. And we know Jimmy Butler in the playoffs is fantastic. So them getting Jimmy Butler is huge. Draymond is he's not obviously what he was 5 years ago, but he's still a great glue guy. Golden State has the pieces to make an NBA Finals run.
And then moving on to the Denver Nuggets, tied with the Clippers. The Nuggets took the first game in overtime, 112-110. And then last night, Clippers and Nuggets. Clippers win that one, 105-102. Another good series here in the West.
Oh, man, this one is the most intriguing series of the first round, in my opinion. I think this could go 7 games. Now, people don't understand the massive impact of having home court advantage in Denver because the elevation can really mess with people. If this was on, say, no home court, I think the Clippers are the better team. But the home court for Denver in that game 7 might be huge. Kawhi Leonard looked like the best player in the world last night. He looked like 2019 Kawhi Leonard in that Raptors run. If they get him fully healthy, the Clippers are going to win this series.
And let's double back for a moment.
Yeah.
Timberwolves, Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I know it hurts Ralph's, feelings. A little bit.
No.
Just to have to hear about the Timberwolves beating the Lakers. Fish Tank says, this is the closest I've ever been to rooting for the Lakers because they're playing Donnie's team, but instead I just turned the TV off.
Yeah.
Do not blame you.
Yeah.
Do not blame you at all. By the way, Fish Tank says, hey, Blender dudes, listen up. Friendly reminder, my band, Light Sleeper, playing at the Yucca Tap Room, 8 p.m. this Saturday. We'll have shirts for $20 a pop and would love to get a beer with the Fourth Dimension. Well, a bunch of us are planning on going down there on Saturday night. So, it'd be fun to see a bunch more of you guys come hang out there and watch a really good band. And, maybe hang around and be obnoxious during the other band sets. I don't know. It's just going to be a fun night. It's going to be a fun night.
Yeah.
Don Hicks, dad of Harris, says, live stream link.
Would
you just send your dad the link?
Yeah. I have sent him the link before, but oh well. I guess he's looking for it.
Does he need you to come home and set the VCR so it doesn't blink 12 anymore too?
Oh, dude, I don't even know. I have no idea. I'll look to get him the link.
Hefty Lefty says, what are we talking about? Game 1 of the Lakers series. That's tonight. Saturday was a scrimmage. The real game 1 is tonight. No, Hefty. Game 1 already happened and your team lost. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Donnie is now chanting Wolves in 4 because he's brilliant. Kiss the Cook. What? Oh my gosh. Oh, so this is what earlier he texted in. Sometimes there's barriers in golf. We're like, what is he talking about? He says, yeah, I'm out here right now waiting for the green to clear. What? And I bleep you not. The picture he just sent. There are 4 donkeys eating grass on the ridge of a sand trap. And they're just standing there looking at him.
Wow.
Is that really? Did you take that picture? Is that really?
Where is he?
Where the hell are donkeys wandering around on a golf course that you're at right now, Kiss the Cook?
Wild donkeys. Wow. I have no idea where that would be.
I don't know if they're wild. Nice ass. Anyway.
Anyway.
So, Anthony Edwards, by the way, for Timberwolves.
Yep. Yeah.
Nobody was going to argue with you on that. You were, how tall is Anthony Edwards? Like 6'6"?
6'5", I think he's measured at, technically.
Oh, don't say measured. Because he was shouting at some people in the crowd there. I'm going to change the word. He's yelling, my dangle's bigger than yours. My dangle's bigger than yours, as he grabbed the dangle in his pants. Anthony, it's
Oh.
just, can I be honest? It was assumed. Yeah, you didn't. Why? Why are you shouting that at the crypto.com arena? Why? What did they say that made you feel like this is the time I need to, I just.
That
I
guy
just
has
don't-
no filter.
Well, it's not even a filter. How did this come up in conversation with
I don't
someone
even know.
else?
I don't know. No idea.
How?
I don't even know how something like that even well, I'll bet you it didn't, and I'll bet you he just said it. Knowing how he's operated, and I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing, but that guy will say whatever is
All he
on his
says,
mind.
My wallet is bigger than yours. And that is
Oh
true
my
also.
gosh.
Yeah.
Just kind of not very classy at all. Donnie says trash Laker fans taunted his kids. I didn't see anything about that at all. I think Donnie's probably just making that up.
Maybe Donnie's just in his feels. He'd be very emotional.
Donnie is always in his feels.
Seems like it. Seems like it.
So Anthony Edwards, anyway, try to, come on, man. That's not winning an argument. You know what I mean? No one's going to disagree with you. Civilian in the crowd, yeah, okay, you probably win that one, but you could do better.
Well, it's an awkward situation because you can't just disagree and then you can't challenge it either. Obviously, there's no situation where you can do that.
Who's Johnny Sins? He said Johnny Sins was sitting in the second row. That's who he's yelling at. I don't even know what that is.
I have no idea who that is.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Ant goes to LA and he just yells stupid stuff. At least he left the gay community alone this time. Lakers ain't winning anything until they get Bronny some minutes. That's exactly what they need. They need Bronny on the court.
Oh man, make this guy the GM.
Base Slappa says Santana was great. T-shirts there were $40 a piece.
Yep.
I can't believe Santana is even selling T-shirts. Send me a picture, Base Slappa, so I can see what's up with that.
Yeah.
Talking about the T-shirts, in case anyone else gets any dumb ideas right now, please do not.
Good.
All
Way
right,
to
listen,
clarify, Jeffrey.
we got a bunch of NBA to talk about. Major League Baseball, we'll check in with the Diamondbacks and all that sort of thing. So come on back, kids. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. As most of you might know, I'm a big fan of loyalty and longevity. I love companies based right here in Arizona that have been around doing some great things for a long, long time. And oh boy, has the Lund Mortgage Team done just that. In the mortgage game, they're one of the best. In fact, I think they are the best. And I've been telling people about the Lund Mortgage Team for decades now, and I'll continue to do that as long as they continue to take care of all our listeners, and they do that every single day. So you could be next. Call today, 623-875-9940. Look, the Lund Mortgage Team, they're mortgage brokers. That gives them the unique opportunity to shop your rate around. They've also been in business so long, they realize fees are not the most important thing. They keep those nice and low. Call today, 623-875-9940, whether it's a HELOC, whether it's a new home loan, refinance, you name it. They've got you covered. LundMortgage.com or call 623-875-9940.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast too. Check it out. Go to harmonsolar.com. That's harmonsolar.com.
Water is Arizona's most valuable resource. And for over a century, Phoenix has led the way in providing reliable water services. Wherever you call home in Arizona, we all share the responsibility to conserve for tomorrow. Watch your water use, especially outdoors. Consider desert-friendly landscaping and water-saving appliances. Together, small changes can make a big difference. Learn more at phoenix.gov/water and help secure Arizona's water future. This message is sponsored by the City of Phoenix Water Services Department.
This is Brian Musburger. Don't miss Betting Across America, Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Dave Thunder here on 1580 The Fanatic. Hey, before we jump back in, let me just give you an update on the Red Robin $20 passes. Remember that from last week?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, last week Red Robin announced they were selling these bottomless burger passes and get you a burger and a bottomless side every day of the month of May.
I can't wait to walk in bottomless, by the way. Thank you.
That's not what that means, Randy.
You know, with the heat coming, it's really refreshing to know.
You have to take proper precautions.
You have to have gotten a card from Red Robin that is that gives you permission for that. You do not have permission for that unless you went online and got the card. And it was a $20 thing to get this card, which it's crazy amount of value just going in there and eating a big old burger every day.
Oh yeah.
Well, as we expected, as I warned you, they sold out instantly. And even worse, the website crashed. So many people weren't even able to get the satisfaction of seeing that they were too late because of the crashed website. Few people who did get through were mistakenly then charged $682, which was the maximum value of promotion. Those charges have since been released. This is a giant mess for Red Robin.
Oh my gosh.
Red Robin never said how many of the passes they were actually selling, only that there was a limited number and they would go quickly.
6.
And so some fans were frustrated. They vented on the social media. One said, I spent literally an hour refreshing for the burger pass. What incredible incompetence, they said. Someone else said it was literally easier to get tickets to Taylor Swift than it is to get a Red Robin burger pass.
Wow.
Man.
It should be. It should be way harder to get this burger pass it's more valuable to me than Taylor Swift.
Oh, I'd rather get a burger pass than go to a Taylor Swift concert any day.
Red Robin did apologize for the site going down, says, well, we did everything we could to anticipate the interest in bottomless burger pass, but due to overwhelming excitement, our website and supporting systems went down. They're also hyping another sweepstakes that offers free burgers for a year, not a month. And they posted details about that on their site, which is back up, by the way. But there will be only 12 winners of that. So, yeah, it's kind of like Taylor Swift VIP tickets now.
12 winners of that pass.
Yeah, the year-long pass.
Just 12, man. A lucky 12.
Wow.
So, but by the way, Buffalo Wild Wings, they're doing another dine-in, all-you-can-eat boneless wings promotion on weekdays.
I'm all for that. On weekdays?
Yeah, it ain't free. It costs $20, but if you can eat 20-plus wings, that is at least 25% discount. The only rule is you can't share. No sharing.
I can do that easily.
Just sit there and just eat all your meals like,
It's one of my talents.
20 wings.
Yeah. Harris, you can do it because you're young. The rest of us are like, that's a lot of sodium.
Guys,
I can eat that with my left hand.
That's a lot of sodium.
Absolute light work. I could easily do that. Come on.
There's a woman last year. She sat down for 12 hours and ate 69 wings. And then afterwards, she did tip nicely.
Oh, my gosh.
It's odd that she ate 69 wings.
Yeah, she could have, which told me she could have kept going, but she decided to stop at a special number.
I don't think she decided. I think that, life decided because she was,
well, maybe
full. Hey, you ever hear of Mike Patrick? The
sounds familiar.
He's the
guy.
Little brother of Dan Patrick, isn't he?
I do not believe so. He seems to be older than Dan Patrick, but he's done college games and stuff for ESPN. He did.
Oh, I know who Mike Patrick is. He called games in the 2000s.
Oh,
I remember him.
That's too bad.
I remember him. He was great. Phenomenal announcer.
He died of death. That's all I know. So another legendary announcer gone. Thanks for the tip on that, Baker's Cocky Hens. Let's see. Hefty Lefty says, I got the email because I'm fat. Oh, he says, yeah, $5 more and you get traditional wings. It's Monday through Thursday. He's like, I'm part of their club.
So Monday,
Who said that?
Hefty Lefty.
Monday through Thursday, they're doing all you can eat wings the whole day. Is there any specific hour? Or is it the whole day?
Dude, I just read what was on the damn paper here.
I was
don't
just
know.
making sure. I'm trying to get every
Let me see
detail
here. Yeah, that's all I know. Go to the BuffaloWildWings.com. I don't know if that's their website, but I just don't feel like answering your questions anymore. 888-368-1580. All right.
fair, I guess.
So do we want to get back to talking about the basketball? Should we do that? Or
Let's do it.
all right. Because
Let's
there's
do
other things that we need to talk about, but let's make sure we
for sure
come back around to that. So news on the street, because that's where I get my news, on the street. Damian Lillard is returning for game 2 versus the Pacers.
Wow, good for him.
He will be ready to go after that bout of deep vein thrombosis.
Yep.
Can I just be honest with you? I feel like thrombosis sounds like a way funner word than what it actually is. Thrombosis. That just sounds like a fun thing.
Yeah.
But no, I guess deep vein thrombosis will kill you if you're not careful.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
blood clots, congealing things.
Yeah,
and
Chris Bosh had that and had to quit playing.
Mhm.
Remember that?
Yeah, sometimes it's a matter of maintaining, but he was on blood thinning medication and he had to be able to stop that, and they finally did clear him.
Yeah.
How does that happen? And then how is he suddenly okay to not?
I have no idea. Maybe the blood clots were lighter. You know, there's certain degrees of how many.
Well,
I don't know the science of that. I'm no
The
doctor.
blood clot broke up. He was probably on some blood thinning medicine, and the blood clot broke up, and so now it's safe for him to train and to continue playing
I understand
basketball.
now. I understand now.
Okay.
The blood
Okay.
clot was the Beatles, and the medication was Yoko.
Yes. Yeah, it's
Yes.
exactly right.
Once
Yes,
they introduced
Jeffrey.
Yoko,
And
the
it's
clot
over.
breaks
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. Number one Rattlers fan. Harris, did you watch the movie Top Secret over the weekend?
To be honest with you, I did not.
I didn't think you would.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
I still can though.
You should, but
still
I
can.
mean, I knew you were just full of
Poo-poo.
You weren't going to actually.
I'm not full of poo poo.
Your generation is like that.
You are kind of full of
It is not
poo-poo.
your fault that you
Something
know
nice, Randy.
your generation says they'll do things and then they don't do things.
My generation does do that. Yes. Look,
And
look,
you're full of poo poo.
I gave you
Poo-poo.
my word. I'll watch it. I'll
Mm.
watch it.
We're
But
waiting.
but
I
on
do-
his
I do-
time.
I do
Randy and
want
I
the-
should just walk off till he watches the movie.
I
We're not
do
going to
want
walk
the-
off the show.
The $4 though. I do.
You need
That's
that
it.
in advance?
Oh yeah, good point. No,
Do you have change for 100?
Good point.
Mm.
I do not.
Do you have change for 20?
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll when I see you, you got to give me change though, because all I got is a 20.
Okay.
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 But you don't need me to pay you in
No,
advance.
I don't need. I
Do
don't know
need to
why I did that. In my mind.
Zelmo you or
Zelmo.
venereal which one of those things you kids were using?
There's Zelle and there's Venmo. You just combine them together.
Oh.
Zenmo.
Zenmo. Vel. Either or. I mean, they both work. Zelle is actually better because it doesn't have as many fees.
This is a strange text.
Okay, let's hear it.
Number one Rattlers fan says, Paris, I'm not mad as the guys are because I know you're young and busy. And, I think he meant Harris, not Paris.
Okay. Yep.
Damn, I thought we were
Harris-
going to get something juicy here.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
not as mad at you as the guys are because I know you're young and busy, and you should think about getting a notepad on your phone to remind yourself of stuff because at 23, you're starting to forget stuff already. By the way, I'll be buying you and your girl a drink Friday night at the concert. Specifically, just Harris and his girl. That's not weird at all.
Nope. That's not weird at all. Not weird at all. Yeah.
Watch the damn movie, would you?
I will. I'll watch the movie. I had a lot going on last
You should
weekend.
ask your dad if he's seen it.
Yeah, he probably has. He's a big movie guy.
And he'll probably die a little inside when you tell him you have not seen Top Secret.
He's gonna get mad at me. He's gonna get mad at me for not doing my homework. And you know
I'm
what?
promising something and not going through with it.
Yeah, he doesn't like that stuff. He doesn't have a tolerance for that. He's gonna let me have it. Gosh.
Hey, Randy, we
Yes.
we talked about this just last week. Poor
We did.
Harris was he's like during the break, he's like, guys, listen, I may have to walk off and use the restroom. And we were like, no, go ahead, just do what you got to do. We'll figure it out. If all of a sudden you walk off, you're not on there. We can fill. We're professional broadcasters. We've done
are.
this a minute.
Very professional.
But I appreciated that Harris was worried about that sort of thing and also delusional in the thought process that we couldn't survive without him. But that was, that was all good. But
Delusional.
and then I told the story. It's like, and Randy, you'll remember this, and some of the listeners. There have been times where I'm like, oh, and I'll just walk right off the show. I'll be like, I gotta go. I'll be right back. Sometimes it's dealing with a dog who's having a seizure, but most of the time it's just because I gotta go poop. Or as I like to do in front of my kids, say, I go pee pee in the potty, and they get very embarrassed around their friends when I do that.
I would get very embarrassed if my dad did that.
I go poo poo in the potty, and I just walk off. And so, because here's the thing. Now, in the olden days of broadcasting, it was more serious. It was more formal. And oh my God, you would never do such a thing. But now this is all just, especially this show. You know what I mean?
Oh,
especially this show.
Right.
For sure. Yeah.
So if I got to go, I'm not going to sit here and suffer intestinal torment. Just, I'll be right back. And the show will be better for it when I return.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
So when I saw Shaquille O'Neal just go, "Ooh," and then get up and walk off the set on, inside the NBA, I totally understood. Although, it did cause a great deal of consternation with everyone else. They're like, "Oh, it's that olive oil you've been drinking there," and some people think he might have soiled them. Yeah,
shart his britches.
Yeah, never trust a fart is what we're trying to tell you here.
No.
To the best of us.
Shaq just got up and was like, I'm out. He's like, sorry about that, America.
Actually, I didn't even see that clip. I heard about it and see it.
I don't know why anybody care. It's like, hey, I'd rather you went off and took care of things than sat there and got an inch taller in your chair for the wrong reason. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And not himself, by the way. I mean, he'd be focused and preoccupied on something else, not the show.
Everyone else would notice within moments.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Seconds.
It's the same with me. You guys would probably notice.
Ernie is a national treasure. He might pass out. Harris.
No. Ernie had a son he had to take care of. So he would be aware of that situation, probably jump right into serving.
You're not ready for what comes out of Shaq. That's all I want to say about that.
I don't think that would shake Ernie. He's a rock.
Yeah. Unshakable.
I just hope we would never have to test that. Scratch Me Because says, has Harris seen the movie Johnny Dangerously? Oh,
no.
Good movie. Another good one.
Never seen it.
Yeah. If not, he's a fargan sneaky bastard. You just trust me. See the movie. That was funny as hell. T-Licious says, happy Tuesday. Nice to hear an hour of glorious nonsense. Go Cubs, he says, since we play the Doyers in the next 2 days. Okay, I can root for your Cubs now.
Yes.
Although it wasn't fun to have the Cubs take the Diamondbacks in that series 2-1.
Yeah, we did see a lot of good from Merrill Kelly, though, and that 3-2 win. So that's at least a positive.
All right. So thank you for that little silver lining, Harris. But Randy, the hell happened? Why did the Diamondbacks lose to the Cubs? Feels like they're struggling with the Cubs specifically this year.
Well, again, there was another situation where they were in extras. They had the lead. They had the momentum, and Torrey came out and killed the momentum with a pitching change. So,
again, he did this to them again.
So when Merrill Kelly went out there, again, it was sort of a scripted thing. They took him out, but the Diamondbacks said they prevailed behind some good heading by Josh Naylor. Again, he's starting to warm up with the big bat for the Diamondbacks. And Merrill Kelly had a wonderful performance. It was a cold, kind of a wet day. They had rain delays, and Merrill Kelly just went out and it took care of business like he should have. Cubs, unfortunately, took the series from the Diamondbacks, but at least the Snakes left Chicago on a winning note. They come home to Phoenix tonight, 6:40, I think, is when they're in action against the dreaded Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
That's right. 6:40 p.m. tonight, and you got Fat Brandon on the mound.
Yeah,
Fat Brandon.
Fat.
Fat Brandon going up against the mighty Zach Littell.
He's been the D-backs' best pitcher this year.
He
man.
has been.
He
He's
has
been the most consistent.
He's got
So-
3 wins. He has a 3 ERA. That's the lowest on the team.
Yep.
He's looked very good.
He's won 3 and dropped 1, but as you know, sometimes those losses are not exactly the pitcher's fault. So
This is true.
All right. Well, good luck and go Diamondbacks tonight. Number one Rattlers fan says, have you older guys? Okay, first off, can I just say something? I've seen a picture of you, number one Rattlers fan. You are our age, if not older. You're calling us old guys. But he says, have you older guys ever had to lay a deuce, finish, wash your hands, leave, and then 40 seconds later have to go lay another deuce?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He says a typical
for
old
sure.
age problem. Dude, I used to have that problem when I was 14. That's not specific to anything.
It
All right,
happens to me all
hour
the time.
2 is up next. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes. So it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harmon Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harmon Solar Podcast at harmonsolar.com.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust, Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free.
Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-289-6215. That's 800-289-6215. 800-289-6215.
Your best plan to retire might be right under your roof. This is Rob Canier, and for over 20 years, I've helped people discover how they can utilize a portion of their equity in their home as a coordinated strategy in retirement planning, thus creating additional monthly cash flow, paying less taxes, and making their retirement assets last longer. This is a safe and proven retirement strategy for qualified homeowners age 62 and older. All you have to do is reverse your thinking. Call me, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773.
80% of youth in Arizona don't drink, smoke, or use drugs. Want to know the reason why? It's you. Kids say not disappointing their parents is one of the main reasons they choose not to drink or use drugs. Visit talknowaz.com because while you might worry you aren't getting through, you are. Keep it up and stay up to date about the latest Arizona drug trends at talknowaz.com. Sponsored by Substance Awareness Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Harris Hicks in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. We broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And, oh, by the way, sorry,
Yes.
forgot to tell you,
Yes.
today is Earth Day.
Oh, no kidding.
So don't go throwing gum on the ground. I think that's basically what it's about, right? Just don't be
No.
spitting your gum out and
No,
throwing it
it's,
on the ground.
I don't think that's it at all.
Or
No.
the hippies are going to come at you like nobody's business.
I think it's paying attention to your carbon footprint, whatever that is, and reducing it.
Today is also Let's All Eat Right Day. and-
Wait, I've got a size 11 foot. Is that, do I get,
No, unless your foot's made of carbon, I don't think that's it.
well, then what is
I-
anybody
I
worried
keep-
about my carbon footprint?
I keep hearing of this carbon footprint that I'm leaving. I'd like to know if somebody could please
Well,
explain that to me.
First, there were 2 sets of carbon footprints,
Uh-huh.
and then there was 1 set of carbon footprints.
Ah.
And then I said, Greta, what was that all about? And she punched me in the nuts.
Classic Greta.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
that's like something you should put on the back of a bookmark.
You cannot emphasize enough. Don't talk to Greta that way.
Can't talk to Greta that way. Yep.
Well, I also saw today's
She's a mean
national, and Harris, it is not your job. I don't need you looking up what day it is.
Yeah,
You
Harris,
just
this
keep
is
that
his
to
thing.
yourself.
That's the one thing I
He
can't.
gets very touchy about this.
I
Harris.
handle
Okay.
I handle what day it is.
Still learning
don't
here.
And if
step
there
on
was
his-
gonna
yeah.
be extra day mentioning, it wouldn't have been what you said. It would have been this National Jelly Bean Day.
Yes, I can see why.
Lord
Because,
help me, I love jelly beans.
Oh my God! If you go to the Walgreens or the Walmart or whatever, wherever they have the candies,
Mhm.
everything's on sale today.
So I like the mid-range jelly beans. If they're too expensive, all the little funky flavored ones and
Mhm.
jelly bellies,
Oh,
I'm just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not a jelly
Trying to
bean.
overcomplicate it.
Right.
you
And
know?
then the super cheap ones, the big fat, overly sugary kind of crack.
Oh
like
yeah,
too much.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
like
yeah,
those.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
I
gotta
like,
be just
I like those.
give me some basic damn jelly beans like the old days, and I'm happy.
Right?
Why do we got to complicate everything? And like,
I-
there's puke and popcorn flavored jelly beans. I mean, just give me jelly bean flavored jelly beans.
Oh,
I mean, why
popcorn
would you
flavored jelly
create a
beans are
jelly bean
terrible.
that tastes like puke?
Because kids, I remember when I first met my my wife's son,
And
and
she
he-
gave you a
no. Let me-
flavor.
he
Oh,
did.
sorry.
He's like, he came in not realizing I because I have my own kids, so I knew he was just trying to set me up. He's like, "Hey, let's have some jelly beans," and he's like, he was way too excited. He's an 8-year-old, so he figured he was,
Oh, yeah.
had a good poker face. He did
Sure.
not. So I ate each and every one of those, going, "Oh my god, that's the best thing ever." Hiding in my face how disgustingly garbage flavored, puke flavored, nasty
Oh boy.
jelly beans. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's great!" And he was like, "What the?" He was like looking back, like, "What? What do you mean it's good?" He's like, because he didn't want to, he didn't want to tell me he was feeding me garbage flavored jelly beans.
Mhm.
But he was
I
starting to
get it,
feel
yeah.
really ripped off because I was just like, "Oh, this is the best. Give me more. Give me more." And he's like, "What?" And he never messed with me again.
Way to send a
That's-
message, Jeffrey.
That's setting him down right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, "This is horrible."
Bad, yeah.
Why?
You have a good poker face, though, do you, Jeffrey?
Why? Oh, don't play poker with me. Don't play Scrabble with me.
Ooh, I also like to play poker, Jeffrey.
I
You
will
ever wanna
destroy
play?
you in either one.
Just know I'm a pretty good poker player myself. Not
No,
trying
okay.
to toot my own horn, but
Oh,
I'm
oh,
tooting it.
oh. I'm sure we have a lot to learn from you.
Mm.
Hefty Lefty says, "Give me the Brock's jelly beans. Give me the black Brock's jelly beans. 85 cents a bag at Safeway. Got them. Diabetes have never been so economical."
Wow.
You like
Yeah.
black jelly beans? The
Black jelly
licorice
beans. How can you
flavored.
like that? Takes up the
Mm.
entire point of a jelly bean.
I'm glad somebody likes them because I ain't eating none of them.
No, heck no.
Forget it.
Waste of money.
You always try to get a friend that likes the black jelly beans.
Ooh,
So
'cause
that
that
way,
way-
you can
yes.
just you can pick them all out as you're eating your favorites and just hand those right over to your buddy.
See,
Har-
you made
Harris's dad just threw a pretty good line on the text line here,
Huh?
Okay.
which Harris will be too young to understand.
All right.
Let's hear it.
He says, "Oh, I love Shaquille O'Neal." He says, "When the transatlantic cable calls, you must deliver."
Mm.
There's no way you even know what that means, Harris.
No,
It's a
because
good line, and you're way too young to know.
He's explained it to me. That's why I know what it is.
Oh, he
used
sat
it
you down. He's
before.
like, well, you're like 6, and he's like, "Listen, son, this is going to be something I'm going to say a lot, so
Yep.
you better understand it
Oh yeah.
because it deserves a laugh when I deliver this."
Yep. Yep. There's been many
Quiet
moments like
Cannon
that.
says, "When the exit muscles are synchronized, you can." What?
Mm.
Quiet. Sorry.
When the exit muscles are synchronized, you can do a full deuce, not a 1.5, which is a waste of time. What are you talking about?
What?
Oh, you know the ones that just keep going
But
but they stop about halfway through and then
Oh,
you're not
yeah.
finished and you keep wiping like you feel like you're finished and then all of a sudden here it comes again.
I'll
You've
be
had
honest
that
with you.
happen.
I don't like that because I
No,
get
yeah.
scared that maybe it's never going to stop.
We as men hate uncertainty, right? We hate uncertainty, and that puts us in a position of uncertainty because you just never know when it's going to stop. Do I start wiping? Do I not? Put you in this
I am
state.
certain I don't want to talk about this. You know, I just think we should move on. Number one Rattlers fan says, "Oh, I only said you older guys, so Harris knew I was asking the two of you. Yes, we are all about the same age, so it must be weird working with one of these young whippersnappers."
It is.
So Harris is an old soul, and I think he picked up a lot of old terminology from hanging out with his dad because
Probably.
I'm the same way. I use phrases that I'm way too young to use from like the 1800s, some of the phrases that popped in, from the last century that, early
Yeah.
on where I should have never known. But I watched enough TV and I talked with older folks. I actually listened. So I learned all these weird, quirky phrases, which everybody just kind of gives you kind of like, Harris probably has this happen where he's talking and somebody tilts their head like a dog is looking at a strange noise. Like, what?
Dude, it happens to me every day. I mean,
So-
everyone gives me that look all the time. I don't know why.
So I appreciate that. Not much else about Harris, but I mean, I appreciate that. So, oh, by the way, Shaquille O'Neal walking off inside the actor's studio. What is it? I'm
No
sorry,
kidding.
inside
Yeah.
the NBA. That's what it's called.
Right.
And so when he walked off because he had to go poo poo magoo, it wasn't the worst thing that happened. Yesterday, they had to issue an apology because I think like a day before or something, they were doing this thing talking about the a list, of people who scored coming off the bench.
What?
They were having a discussion about Ty Jerome when he scored 28 points coming off the bench in his
Okay.
playoff debut.
Okay.
And they were like, well, here's the guys who are number 1, 2, 3. And they got to a guy, and then they were like Billy Ray Bates in 1980, and Charles Barkley says, I wonder if he's still alive. And everybody just was, oh my gosh, you can't say that. Oh, that's, and he's like, what? I just grabbed the question. And here's the thing. I would have done the same thing. If I was curious, like, I wonder if that guy's still alive. It wasn't like he was trying to be mean or anything, but he was just like, wonder if he's still alive. It's just completely normal, I guess, for us, but completely out of line, I guess, because like the next day, Ernie's sitting there. They come back from a break. He's like, we just want to take a moment and say that it was we screwed up. He says,
not our intention.
yeah, it was in the course of our
One of us got
discussion, we
carried away.
passed on some bad information that Billy Ray Bates has passed away. While it was inadvertent, it was also inaccurate, insensitive, and inexcusable. In short, we screwed up, and we apologize to Billy Ray Bates and his family. And then they cut to black for a long time. Like, you're like, wait, did he die? Did he just die? What was this? Can I just say,
So we don't know.
this is probably why we should never be a national show. Because if Charles Barkley goes, I wonder if that guy's alive. I am sure we have uttered that same statement on the show
almost daily.
many times.
Oh, I've heard you guys say so much worse.
And anytime
Just
somebody
that.
dies,
It's just amateur hour.
first thing I say is what?
He had it coming.
Yeah, he had it coming. Hey, the Pope died. He had it coming. And the jokes we make about this, that, and the other thing. What was this? Wait, hold on a second. Hold the brakes. What did you say about amateur hour, kid?
I said that was amateur hour, like
What
what
was-
Charles Barkley said, compared to like this, what happens, what I hear on the show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
For a minute there, I thought you were calling us amateur hour.
No. It was quite the opposite. I
was about to-
understand what I'm
I was
working
about to
with
unload
here.
a few cannons on you.
Oh,
That's right there.
Yeah.
You know, I could see in 20 years, this is sort of off topic, but on topic at the same time. I could see Anthony Edwards being the next Charles Barkley in 20 years.
No.
I
he
can see it.
He doesn't have enough class. And I don't think he has enough brains.
You're talking Charles Barkley, I think, spit on a little girl at one point.
She had it coming. The mouth on
That's
that
your
kid.
freaking line. That is your line.
There it is.
I could
So-
see Anthony Edwards doing that in the next 20
No,
years. He'd
no.
be darn
Charles
good.
Barkley
was always funny. Charles Barkley always had a sort of a Muhammad Ali type personality, and back in the day, and the people that he would get in trouble with were people who were coming at him. And I don't know about the little girl, but for the most part, you saw that personality. I see no personality to speak of in Anthony Edwards.
Ooh, I disagree.
Not one
He's
that
pretty
is
funny.
Not one that is translatable to television.
When he was talking about Popeyes, it's pretty funny.
I don't know. I have to see the video, but I don't think that's on the level of a Charles Barkley.
Sure. I wonder. Both from the South too.
Big George says Billy Ray Bates is definitely still alive. That was a nasty rumor started by Charles Barkley and Shaq. You see why we can't ever be national? Because people will take too much of what we say seriously.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe the stuff we talk about just here in Phoenix.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That just,
Can you imagine us in a New York City studio somewhere broadcasting across the country and we'd say something like that?
And can then you imagine us with listeners? The thing is, we have a sizable audience in reality. And what is amazing about that is we have a sizable audience of people who have found us accidentally, and then they're very quiet about it because we are their guilty little pleasure. You know what I mean? They're
Everyone has a vice.
And they're possessive. Like, this is my thing. This is my thing. And they're not sharing us with anybody. Because if all the people who listen, and we have verified, there are thousands of people on this text line, and there are tons of people listening. If they actually told their friends, dear God, what would this show be? But I know they're not doing that because this is like a little cult thing we got going here.
Literally.
And they'd be embarrassed to tell their friends.
Jeffrey, are you a cult leader? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Essentially? Uh-oh.
Yeah, but it's like a nice one.
Have I stumbled into a cult here on accident?
Yeah, the thing is we're not going to be drinking any Kool-Aid and taking a nap or nothing.
Right.
I'm just saying, it's a fun cult. If you're going to be in a cult, this is the one to be in.
Oh, I see. Okay. Fun cult. Got it. I think this is a fun cult.
Swazman says, Jeffrey, we said this before. Brian Urlacher probably listens. Nah, I doubt it. When he came on the show and I was wearing that cult stuff, I think I guaranteed we'd never hear from him again.
Yeah.
Zay says, when do we get our matching robes? I was just thinking we should all have robes.
Yes.
They're very comfortable, like Jedi robes.
Yes.
Navy Brad says, you're the best sports radio show on the earth. I really don't probably think that's true.
No.
I think it's true. Thanks.
Not as long as Dan Patrick takes a breath. I'm not going to agree with that.
We can be the second
Rich
best.
Eisen.
Rich
Jim
Eisen.
Rome.
Okay,
No, we're
third
better
best.
than Rich Eisen.
We're better than Jim Rome.
Really?
Ooh, I don't know. Rich Eisen's really good.
No, we're better than he.
Jim Rome, I think I'm going to give us over Jim Rome.
I don't have to justify nothing or back anything up. I can say whatever I want because I'm not famous. That's the beauty of this. That's the point I'm trying to make. We never have to issue an apology like Ernie did the other night on TV.
Right. This is true.
Randy, I don't think we should ever be national because then it's just, you know what we'll have to do at that point?
Stop most of everything we do.
No, what we'll have to do is in every show.
Make sure we have a 1-year contract.
I was like, no, make sure we have a 10-year contract.
Yeah, it'd have to be like a decade.
The longer and the bigger the contract,
right,
the better when they fire us in 3 months.
What we have to do? What do we have to do, Jeffco?
Well, we'd have to have a special segment on the show every night. Or every day. I don't know when we'd be on. And it's the apologies. And it has to be
Towards the end of
sponsored.
the show.
Like sponsored by somebody. I don't know who. Like maybe by I don't know, Red Robin, maybe Applebee's, some sponsor
Buffalo
like that.
Wild Wings.
No, here's why. We give a $25 gift certificate to everyone we've offended, I don't mean listeners.
Whoever makes us say the most apologies gets a $25.
No. Shut up, Harris. This is my idea. Let me tell you what it is. You're not helping. So let's say we did the thing and we upset Billy Ray Bates' family. So here's the thing. We work it out with Applebee's. They pay us for this to do the segment. We only give out $25 gift certificates to Billy Ray Bates for what we said. That's enough for one guy to maybe eat. Maybe one guy.
Yeah.
So now Billy Ray Bates is going to go like, hey, I'm going to bring my wife or my kids, and then he's got to pay for someone else.
Genius. So we apologize. We give them a $25 gift certificate, but then they got to spend more money to use it. We win. You see what I'm saying?
That's how we win, kid. Right
so
there.
then every show we apologize for everything we feel like we need to apologize from the day before.
And we make up for it by giving them certificates.
Just a $25, no more.
Yep, no more. Buffalo Wild Wings, Red Robin, whatever it be. Here you go.
Right.
Take this. Go out and eat.
Will that
on
even
us.
buy one meal? $25? I mean,
Probably
nowadays.
not. Probably in the old days, we gave away
just
$25 gift certificates to restaurants. We were like, hey, thanks, great. And it was enough to feed 2 people. But now with inflation, we keep giving $25 gift certificates to the celebrities we aggravate for the win.
$25 is not enough to feed 2 people.
No, maybe 1. And I'm not apologizing to the person you're taking with you. And by the way, if you're a better person, you take them somewhere nicer than Applebee's. You cheap sons of bitches. And that's what I'm going to say to the celebrities. And see, then we'll lose the sponsor.
Exactly.
And the next one will be like, today's apology is brought to you by Church's Fried Chicken.
You would take them somewhere better.
Did I mention today is Earth Day? I
Yes,
just
you
want to
did.
make sure I
You
tell
did
you.
mention that.
Yeah.
Okay. 888-368-1580. And Diamondback Dude says, I am proud to say I listen in secret and I have not told my mom anything about your show. She might hear it as you're listening down in the basement there, my friend.
Yep.
Harris's dad says, spreading your broadcast in SEC country. Stand by for feedback. Oh, that's a mistake.
Oh, no, those people will love it. Those people will love it.
I don't know what area code 319 is, but I just got a text that says testy. Testicle. Testy. Testicle. Number 1 Rattlers fan says, flash forward to 15 years in the future. Paris has the number 1 podcast from space. Rattlers fan, it's Harris.
Could happen.
Paris.
But you're getting me confused
Paris.
with the city.
He's calling it
Keeps calling me Paris, dude. Oh my gosh.
Waldo, I don't know why he said this. He says, she totally had it coming. Oh, the little girl that got spit on by Charles Barkley. Hefty Lefty says, valid question. If it's a player that played in the 70s. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading this wrong. He's basically saying it was a valid question if it's a player that played in the 70s because
I get
booger sugar takes a toll.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, no
Billy
doubt.
Ray Bates did what he did in 1980, 29 points off the bench. So that's why he came up in that conversation. Chosen One says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Happy Taco Tuesday.
Absolutely. Happy Taco Tuesday.
He says, have you made picks in the Minnesota versus LA series? No, we didn't really do picks. You know, we were a little butthurt that the Suns had such a bad season and then we had a day off. And so we really didn't pick. Is it too late for that sort of thing? I guess it probably is.
I wouldn't say it's too late. No.
I'm just kind of hoping, well, whoever the Lakers or the Minnesota Timberwolves play next wins. That's my only. I don't have a pick. I feel like the Timberwolves probably are the better team and will win.
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
They're the more complete team than the Lakers, but they don't have the star power that the Lakers have.
And again, I have nothing against them. I just don't like to see Donnie happy.
Yeah. You've made your stance known, Jeffrey.
And I'm used to seeing Donnie sports miserable. You know what I mean?
Is he all Minnesota?
Oh,
everything
except
Minnesota?
for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a Diamondback fan.
Got it. I see.
But he has a lovely wife and a child and people on the way and all that stuff. He has a great life. So I can't for the life of me understand why he's such a miserable son of a bitch when it comes to sports and trolling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just is.
It's in everybody sometimes. Regardless.
No. You have not experienced the full Donnie.
I have not.
Fish Tank, one of the nicest guys we know, in brutal mortal combat with Donnie on the internets, on the Twitters and stuff. And then Donnie will troll people so bad, other radio show hosts, other people, until they weep and whatever. He's just, I don't understand why he's such a miserable troll. It doesn't get to me. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Donnie, I can't read that. You know I can't read that. See what I'm saying? I just laugh when he says this stuff. It was pretty bad what he just typed. Swazman says, I even still listen most of the time through this little mini radio. That's how old school I am. And he sent me a picture of his Retekis AM, FM, MP3 recorder and player. That's a cool little radio.
That is pretty cool.
That is a cool little radio
Yeah,
right there.
love to see it.
Listening to us on 1580 AM. So, you know, one of these days we're going to have to do a listener roll call again. You know what that is, Randy? Have you been with me since I've done that?
I have not done any roll calls with you.
Oh my gosh. So here's what we'll do one day. What we'll do is we'll have a prize, like a nice chunky prize, like a $50 or $100 gift certificate to Kasai or something. Yeah. And what we'll do is say, okay, it's listener roll call. Tell us, you know, when you listen, how you listen, and that just give it, you know, we'll have like some basic information that they have to text in. And they'll tell us, oh, I listen on 99.3 FM. Oh, no, I listen on the stream. Or, oh, I watch you on the YouTube thing and blah, 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 blah. And we get everybody to kind of tell us all the different ways that they listen. And then maybe we'll ask them a couple other things, you know, about the show or the station or whatever. And then we do a drawing from all the people who do the entries. And there's a chance to win some prizes. So that way we learn a little bit about, you know, the listening audience. And they maybe get a $15 gift certificate to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Ooh, I was gonna say, yeah.
I'm kidding. I would never do 15.
Yeah, you would do more like 10 or 5.
If I was forced to send somebody a $10 gift certificate, I'm like, why not? Don't give them a coupon.
One time, one of my teachers gave me a Sonic gift card, and it had $5 on it.
Ooh, that is just not even enough for anything.
Yep. She's like, here you go. And I was
she
like,
elderly?
Oh, Sonic gift card. A little bit.
Yeah.
She was she had this laugh, like fake laugh where she didn't even smile at all. It was like,
oh,
and the entire class felt it.
Yikes.
Uh-oh. She
liked you, gave you a $5 gift card to.
Well, actually one time I got a bad test grade, and she got it and she showed it to the entire class. She said, this is what not to do. And I was like, oh, well, everyone's going to see that.
That's a HIPAA violation.
Yep.
I say HIPAA because when you got home and your dad beat your ass for having a bad grade, you had to go get a little medical attention. So that's a HIPAA violation.
Cannot confirm nor deny that has happened before.
Guys, I'm not actually doing the roll call right now. But people, like Baby Got Dak. Haven't heard from you in a while. She says, hi, guys. Hey, Baby Got Dak. Average Joe says, here. Okay, we're not actually. Supergirl says, I'm
Teacher's
here.
pet.
And I listen with my ears. Well, thank you. Some people might actually close caption off the YouTube feed. So you never know.
Yeah.
That must be an even weirder show than what you hear with your ears.
Yeah. Gotta be.
Big George, listen, I appreciate it, but we're not actually doing this. So I'm not going to read I know you listen on the TuneIn app. We have our own app too. Just
on the TuneIn app. All right.
The TuneIn app. You made your teacher's pet.
Chosen One says, hopefully you don't lump the rest of us Minnesota fans in with Donnie. It's not easy. Because I will wish ill things on the Minnesota teams, and then I catch some collateral damage. You know, some of the people.
Yeah.
So don't get it wrong. I like you guys. I just enjoy him hurting a little bit.
There are a lot of Minnesota fans on here, like Minnesota, Chicago, a lot of Midwest on here. I've noticed.
Average Joe says, Jay Quellen. Where is Jay Quellen?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Excuse me. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, let's get right back into some sports stuff. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
My best friend died suddenly, and now his wife and kids have to move out of their house. I had no idea he didn't have life insurance. If I could go back, I'd tell him how easy and affordable protecting your family can be with SelectQuote. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 life insurance policy for only $18 a month. They compare many of the nation's most highly rated insurance carriers to find the right coverage and price for your needs. In the last 40 years, they've helped more than 2 million families secure over $700 billion in coverage. Even if you have a health concern, SelectQuote agents can find you the right policy at the lowest price. Don't wait until it's too late. Get peace of mind that your loved ones are protected with life insurance.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-480-5454 for your free quote today. That's 1-800-480-5454. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-480-5454. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
The Weekend Warriors are on the road again.
We are teaming up with the Daily Blender to bring you live continuous coverage of round 1 of the NFL Draft.
We'll broadcast live from the Spot Neighborhood Grill in Glendale on April 24th.
Join us at 3 p.m. and stay until the first round is done.
We'll bring you hard-hitting draft analysis and predictions.
Well, maybe not, Neil.
And we'll critique whatever the Cardinals do.
So join us live on April 24th, starting at 3 p.m.
at the Spot Neighborhood Grill in Glendale
for the NFL Draft Show on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Oh, that's diabolical. That's evil. Davey Brad says, I once received a $25 gift card for Christmas for Fry's. When I used it, it had a whole penny on it.
Oh, that's terrible, man.
I don't know who gave that to you, but that was evil.
Better off zero than just a penny, because they know when it's a penny,
Right?
that's intentional.
Wow.
Base Slapper says, hey, what about Ralph and the Lakers? What about Ralph?
What about Ralph and Lakers?
It's probably very sad.
Yeah.
Lakers off to a rough start.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. So sad.
Swozman says we should do trivia about you guys in the past. Like, did Filthy Phil ever wear Speedo? Yes or no? Only we would know that from listening.
Is that what he goes by? Filthy Phil?
Yeah, we've called him that. We've called him that. Phil the fill-in, Filthy Phil, all sorts of things. He's a good sport.
He is a good sport.
Sir Drives a Lot says, here, I listen when my ears aren't busy.
She talks a lot.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. Understood. Donnie says, where's the Blender draft party?
I don't think you can go to the Spot because that's kind of the Blender, but it's not anything to do with the Blender out at the Spot.
You can go bug Ralph and Phil and Neil. They're going to be out at the Spot. I think they're going to jump. I think they're jumping on at 4 p.m. I think that's what I heard.
Are they?
Yeah.
4 p.m.
Yeah.
All right.
Got it.
That's Thursday, right? That's when all this is going down.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's in the West Valley. I don't know. The Spot. Look up the Spot. Firefarter says, can anyone go to the draft show Thursday? I was thinking of going, but I don't want to be the only one.
Well,
I don't. Why would
Damn.
you think you'd be the only
What
one?
a diss.
Yeah. Well, go see Ralph. I don't know. It's at the Spot on Thursday. Sure, you can go, Firefarter.
Pumped to meet Ralph.
Yeah, you get to meet Ralph.
Hey, yeah, you're not helping. Harris.
Filthy
That's not
Phil,
helping.
and the special kid.
The special kid? Who's the special kid?
Neil.
What Nigel.
Nigel.
Dimeback Dude says, I listen to the show on 99.3 FM. Sometimes I listen on my radio at the ballpark.
Mm.
Wow, good for you, man. What you get 99.3 in the ballpark, or do you have to go to 1580 for that? Bruno Baller says, so we get extended coverage on Thursday for the draft? Uh-huh. So here's the way it's going to go down. On Thursday, it's a mess. I'm not going to lie to you. From 3 p.m. to like 9 p.m. We'll but we're well, here's okay. So I got to go get my wife from the airport, so I might be late. But the show will start at 3 p.m. And at 3 p.m., we're going to mock Harris's draft. It is time for his mock draft before the real NFL draft. Okay. So, that's what's going to happen there.
Right.
Mocking. By the way, how far into the first round are you going to go?
I don't know exactly. I'll go through the entire first round. I was thinking.
All right. If I get bored, you're going to have to pick up the pace.
Whole first round. It won't be boring.
You weren't here last year because last year
I was.
We got bored and walked off the show. We just turned it off.
Who was doing it last year? Keon?
Keon and me and Randy and Ralph and Neil. And Neil was too scared of me to even talk for some reason.
And
grown ass man, and you just sat there and got all like weird.
I've never met Neil before. So.
You're fine. Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah.
You're better. You're not missing much. Anyway, so yeah. But everybody loved it. I don't know why, but everybody loved that show. So this year, Harris will mock his draft. We'll mock his draft at the beginning of the show.
Mocking my mock draft.
Then at 4, those knuckleheads will join in. We're going to be in our own studio. And then, I don't know, Randy and I will probably wander off about 6 p.m.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure. You guys are going to trickle up wherever, whenever.
I don't know the word is trickle. Have you ever heard the term an Irish goodbye?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be us.
We will just suddenly not even be there.
I'm pretty good at that, for the record.
Hey, there's a Cardinals pick. Randy, what do you think?
Oh, yeah. By the way, Harris,
it'll be
you don't get to do that. You're stuck until the show's over. You have to be there until at least 9 p.m.
Okay.
Now, if you guys decide to go later, I really just don't care.
Got it.
I won't be here.
Cool.
So
cool.
That's the plan. That'll be the draft show on Thursday. Now, if I'm having a good time, I might hang around longer.
Yeah. Cool.
But I really doubt it. So anyway, that is what we're looking at. Firefighter says, point of order. Will you, Jeffrey, Harris, Randy, will you guys be at the spot too? No. He says, well, I don't want to go if it's just Ralph and the Knuckleheads. Which, by the way, is probably a great name for that show.
Yeah.
Ralph and the Knuckleheads.
So I'll be in studio.
Yeah.
I'll be in studio.
You'll be in the control room.
I'll be in the control room. Okay.
Yeah, you're not in the studio, by the way. You're in the control room.
In the control room. Right.
You know that, right?
Yes, I do.
These little terms,
Yes.
You're in the control room. The other room is the studio.
Mm-hmm.
But the station can also be called the studios.
That's what I was saying is I call the whole station the studio.
Mm-hmm.
But the studios I'm seeing. So I got it. Cool.
Right.
I'm glad you finally figured that out.
I'm ready for my mock draft to be mocked.
You're going to mock the hell out of your draft.
I wouldn't put it past you.
Dimeback Dude says the FM works well inside the stadium, even 99.3. That does if the roof is open. Not so much if it's closed. Yep, that sounds about right for FM. And Raven Kid says, I was on the draft show last year too.
Yes, you were.
Feels like that was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because I've tried to shut it out of my brain. Quiet Cannon says, Jeffrey, I'm confused. I thought Ralph was a knucklehead. Oh, he's a knucklehead.
Mm-hmm.
But Ralph and the Knuckleheads, you got to have somebody and the. So.
Right.
What's this? Harris's dad says, early feedback. 1, they play college football out there. And 2, Harris is a true Southern gentleman. Pay attention, ladies. Is there some concern back home that you might be undateable or something?
I have no idea because I'm currently dating somebody. So I don't know why.
Doesn't sound like he believes you.
Yeah, I don't know if he believes me. He thinks I'm making it up.
She's a nice girl. She's She's in Canada. You don't know her. She doesn't go to this school. Okay. Irish goodbyes says drives a lot. Sir drives a lot says Irish goodbyes are the best way to leave. Probably not the.
It's the most efficient way to leave.
Yeah, it's probably not the most polite thing to do.
But every once in a while, you need a good old Irish goodbye.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Swazman says this past weekend I accidentally called Neil a shock jock for saying that Shadur Sanders was going to be a big bust like the former quarterback from LSU, amongst others. I thought he was just saying it to get clickbait and predict something outrageous.
So he compared Shadur to Jamarcus Russell. Is that who he's talking about? The former quarterback from LSU? That's a bust. That's probably what he was talking about.
Neil a shock jock? Not even close.
No, he's not.
Never met the guy.
Chosen one says, Randy.
Yep.
Rumors are the Cardinals are taking O-line first round. What's your opinion on that? Wide receiver or corner or something, maybe?
I don't mind them taking an offensive line. You can't have too many, in my opinion. The bottom line is they need to do something to protect Kyler Murray, give him a chance to throw the ball down the field. They do, in my opinion, need some more weapons to put around Kyler. I would like to see a wide receiver personally, but I have no problem at all with him going offensive line. If it's a good guy, yeah.
Well, I have on my draft list, they should take offensive line or a wide receiver, whichever is the highest talent level when they get down to number 16.
I think
it's just who's available.
I think if Kelvin Banks from Texas falls, that would be the pick. If I had to pick a position that is the most of need, I would say wide receiver for the Cardinals, but I'm always best player available over position needs because you never know how much an NFL roster is going to change in a few 2-3 years down the road. So I would go Kelvin Banks if he's available. If not, I would take a receiver.
I like how Harris used a lot more words to say exactly the same thing I just said.
Well, I said a lot more things as well. I said the second option if Banks wasn't there.
Offensive line or wide receiver. Whatever the best talent level is when you get there.
I would just wanted to add
See how
some
concise that was?
specific details. Just want to add some details.
You have
Jeffrey.
much to learn. You have much to learn. Although he gave us all a bunch of like analysis. Okay, fine. That's fine. That's fine. Give us all the analysis. Analyze us. Go ahead. Wait, is that the right word?
No.
And analyze us. I think that's probably more appropriate.
Anal analysis.
No, Rand. That's something else.
Oh.
That's what you get at the doctor when they get that tube with the camera.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Got it.
So here you go, chosen one. We're going to mock Harris's draft on Thursday. So I am going to predict tight end for my Colts. I bet that's what Harris will end up saying, tight end.
I mean, I feel like that could happen. There's some good tight ends in this draft. Colston Loveland from Michigan.
Although Chris Ballard, he came out and said about quarterbacks, he's like, well, it's like he's thinking maybe of trying to grab another quarterback somewhere. I don't think in the first round, but he's like, well, you can't pass up on a good talent. Like that nervous, I'm about to get fired chuckle.
Yeah, we recognize it. I could see it happening for the Colts, just maybe not in the first round.
Well, the text line is just blowing up, so we'll take a break, come back, and pick it back up again. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-791-1313. That's 800-791-1313.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group. My best friend died suddenly, and now his wife and kids have to move out of their house. I had no idea he didn't have life insurance. If I could go back, I'd tell him how easy and affordable protecting your family can be with SelectQuote. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 life insurance policy for only $18 a month. They compare many of the nation's most highly rated insurance carriers to find the right coverage and price for your needs. In the last 40 years, they've helped more than 2 million families secure over $700 billion in coverage. Even if you have a health concern, SelectQuote agents can find you the right policy at the lowest price. Don't wait until it's too late. Get peace of mind that your loved ones are protected with life insurance.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-480-5454 for your free quote today. That's 1-800-480-5454 or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-480-5454. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes. So it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust, Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free.
Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-289-6215. That's 800-289-6215. 800-289-6215.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harmon Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmonsolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call, 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmonsolar.com.
Your home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Don't know what set it off, but everybody just came out of the woodwork with text. I was kidding about doing the I'm not kidding. We will do it. We're just not doing it today, the roll call thing. But
apparently we are.
Yes, we're kind of doing that. But yeah. Whistling Gerbil wants to remind Harris. He says, hey, cousins don't count, Harry.
Oh, boy.
Yep. I see your response. Cousins do not count. I agree with you.
Big George says he can't wait for the draft show. He says one of my favorites of the entire year. As long as Ralph reads our texts, sometimes he gets angry when we trash the Lakers, Dodgers, Seahawks, and then he gets quiet and stuff on the text line. Well, Harris will, he won't be able to see it. I don't know. Should we give Harris the keys to the text line so that he can see it?
I think we should. Yeah. I mean, since Harris has got to be here till 9.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll help him out with that. Sure. Usually we don't like more than one person on the text line console thing because then I feel like it slows it down if there's 2 people on. Yeah. You know, then if you click on it, it marks something red and somebody's text gets missed. So usually,
sure.
But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Sir Drives a Lot says Shedeur Sanders is light years ahead of Russell. And he means Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson ahead of Russell Wilson. Have you seen Russell Wilson's college stats?
That's not true.
Had like 40 touchdowns and 5 picks one year.
Average Joe says Cam Ward is going to be the next Steve McNair for Tennessee, but better. You know you're getting Cam Ward, right?
Yeah, I've seen the clips and everything. It's bound to happen. I think to say that he's the next McNair off the bat, I mean, Steve McNair, that's an NFL MVP. That's a very good, near Hall of Fame quarterback.
Too early to tell.
Too early to tell is the answer. Yes, Jeffrey.
Swave Dave says, so I guess you could call him a mock shock jock.
No Swift Dave. No. Raven Kid says, in my personal mock draft, I had the Cardinals taking a cornerback and the Colts taking the tight end out of Penn State, Tyler Warren. Yeah. That looks pretty imminent unless somebody else does something.
I believe that. Tyler Warren's a good player.
Abe Froman, Sausage King of Chicago, says, yeah, Neil's the opposite of a shock jock. He's like an NPR presenter, just without all that intellect. Swuzman says, Randy, if Scattaboo is available in the third round, do you think the Cardinals should get a running back like that?
Absolutely. If he's available in the third round.
Yeah, that's ticket sales right there. That's because he's a local guy and he's a talented young man. If he's available for the Cardinals at that point, why wouldn't you?
I don't think he's going to be there in the third round.
Not just ticket sales. That's just a great pick in general for them.
We don't know yet. We don't know for sure how Scattaboo is going to translate to the NFL. We've seen that he's coachable as long as you got a good coach, and he's very driven. He's all about it. So I think he's going to be pretty good. But like you said, you never know until you see him out there.
Yeah.
Kyle G says, I'm excellent with the Midwest goodbye.
Midwest goodbye is what he's saying.
Midwest goodbye, where you loudly say, well, slap both legs, meander to the door with small talk for 20 minutes, stand at the door saying goodbye to every person and apologizing for having to go before finally getting the hell out of there.
There's an Irish goodbye, and then there's a Midwest goodbye where you wait 20 minutes, and then there's a Southern goodbye where there's just no goodbye at all.
You have to be pushed out the door.
You have to be pushed out the door. Physically.
Yeah. Keon, also having been from the South, I didn't realize this because we were talking and I was like, oh, we're having a good time talking. And I looked at the time. I'm like, hey, don't you need to get out of here? He's like, yeah. I'm like, why are you still here? Then he explained to me, he's like, as long as you keep talking and I keep talking, then this could go on forever. You need, I'm like, well, go get the hell out of here. I felt bad. It's just, don't, just because if you're not careful, I'll talk forever.
Oh yeah, and you'll see me do the same thing in terms of what Keon's done, and I've been on both ends.
Well, the first time I was in the studio, I realized that right away and said, "Okay, you need to leave."
Yeah, you kicked me out pretty much.
For your own good. Random texter says, so Jeffrey, do you think the Cardinals should go wide receiver and offensive line, depending on the highest value at the time of their draft pick? That's exactly what I said, random texter. I said it out loud with my mouth. And then Harris reset it with charts and graphs and laser pointers. Okay. It's been sad.
I like laser pointers.
Oh yeah.
Very good with them.
Slow-Mo Zoe says Harris is in the studio by himself with IBS. I smell disaster. No, you don't, because he's by himself. Quiet Cannon says, hey, Harris, some friendly advice for you. Don't give Jeffco and Randy any info about the lucky girl you're dating. They're devious and subtle and not to be trusted with anything that could be used against you to improve their ratings.
Wow.
That is not even the least bit true.
I disagree with
that hurts. We met the girlfriends of past co-hosts and there was absolutely no issues at all.
We never once used them in bits or anything.
The only person I probably would have stepped in and intervened at all is any woman dumb enough to date Eric Cohen. I probably would have warned them off immediately.
Oh, yeah.
But outside of that, no, we're see, Harris is like our little brother. We'll mess with him, but don't you dare. And we wouldn't get between him and some gal.
I appreciate that.
That'd be horrible.
I trust Jeffrey and Randy here. I totally would. It's the fourth dimension that I would be like, I don't know.
I like that his trust also involves the fact these guys are so damn old.
I don't know if I consider them legitimate threats.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't understand. Randy and I are adorable.
Oh yeah.
But okay. Heavy Metal Maniac says, hey, hope everyone's doing well. Me, I'm in a big giant funk. I've been to one game since opening day, not being able to work in the ballpark, selling beer to fans in the stands as a protest for myself and my psychic, what does he mean, physique? He says, don't play my sound, me yelling ice cold beer. Don't play that. He says, I don't know when I'll be at it again or when I'll be ever working back at the park selling beer. Dude, we are so sorry you got done dirty.
That's terrible, man.
No.
So Heavy Metal Maniacs, you're still out there selling beer and stuff other places, right? It's just, man, that's heartbreaking. I know you love the baseball season.
Heavy Metal Maniac. I mean, Chase Field isn't the same without you. It's never going to be the same. So I'll say that we're here for you.
Cabana just sent me like, I don't know what's happening right now.
Okay.
Cabana just sent me a bunch of pictures of his roommate, and there's a girl who is scantily dressed in a bikini by the pool, and then there's the picture of Cabana with his arm around her, and it's real. And he says, Cabana here, she is my non-paying roommate with benefits, has been taking a lot of my text in time since mid-August. It's been hard. I mean, tough, but worth it. I don't know what the hell's happening right now.
Me neither.
But as long as you're happy, Cabana, well, power to you. Enjoy. Fighting Wampa says, did you guys say roll call? Nope. He says, I'll take a cinnamon roll. Those are the best.
Ooh, those are the best.
Except for that's not what we're doing, Harris. We're not doing a roll call. We're not doing a roll call. We're not doing any kind of a call right now.
Right.
This show doesn't take calls.
No cinnamon rolls either, though.
I love cinnamon rolls. I would love some cinnamon rolls, but we're not doing this
right now. Some Cinnabon. Oh.
Average Joe says, how sad is it that the year after drafting a number one wide receiver for the fourth pick there, the Cardinals might take another wide receiver in the first round? What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong
I don't
with
know why
that.
that's sad.
Yeah.
You need it. They need help.
Cardinals went a while without taking a receiver in the first round too. So it's warranted.
Warranted,
Randy.
Yeah. Warranted,
Yes.
I say.
Sorry, I got quiet. I was trying to burp without making a noise.
Oh no, it's okay.
Harris's dad says, Harris has a beautiful and wonderful girlfriend. Just awesome. Yeah, we believed him. I mean, now that Harris's dad had to say that, now we're suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
See, that didn't help. Now we're kind of like squinting, like, why did he feel like he had to say all that?
Yeah, I don't know
A
exactly.
lot of noise about this that doesn't need to be there.
And he did meet her.
Oh yeah,
he did meet her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sure, he did. Mhm.
Oh, now I'm the one. I'm the one that you guys are questioning.
We don't know what to think, Harris.
Yeah,
Oh
Harris.
man. Oh, this is turned.
Mhm.
This is turned.
Mhm.
Swazman says, Jeffrey, last text of the day. Well, you don't have to. They're not numbered. You can text as much as you want. But
You
he
have the
says,
freedom here.
what is the over/under of SEC players in the first round? A bunch. I got to say a bunch. Quite
Yeah.
a few.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the SEC for 15, 18 or something years has been the most drafted conference. So in the NFL draft. So
Yeah, there's
I'm
things
gonna
in the
say
world that are
13.
just accepted, that the West is going to dominate in the playoffs and the NBA standings and in usually
Yep.
win the title.
That always happens.
The SEC is going to be all over the draft.
Yeah.
And well, those are the only two things.
Many
I can
more,
think
yeah. At least there's a lot more we can think of, but it'll take a little bit. I mean, honestly, 13 is about where I'd put the number. That's just off the dome.
of. Ooh, okay. Well, call your shot. 13. I'm going to write it down.
Yeah.
Price is Right rules. Closest without going over wins.
One.
No, we're
One.
it's just Harris.
One.
13 SEC team.
One SEC player
Okay.
drafted
okay,
in
Randy,
the
I'll
first
do that
round.
for you.
Randy White predicts.
One SEC. Watch this. 2.
2. Jeffrey O'Brien.
Jeffrey,
So-
you dog. You're not
Yes.
supposed to do that.
So if there's only 12, I win. There we go. We've called our shots.
I'd like to change my pick, please.
Nope, too late. I already wrote it down.
Oh,
Swazman says 17 for me. Abe Froman, Sausage King of Chicago, says, sorry, Harris, if I have to question the existence of Ralph, then I also have to question the existence of your girlfriend. She could be like a robot or like Karen from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Karen from SpongeBob. Well, here's the thing. See, I can't rebuttal here because I don't want to give the fourth dimension too much information. So you guys have put me in an interesting spot here.
Here's what we'll do. You'll need to I don't know, off air, off camera, just I don't know, present some evidence.
Present some evidence.
And then I don't mean show me your hickey. I don't mean that.
Did you say hickey?
Yeah, I don't need to see a hickey.
Which I've been called hickey on the text line, by the way. It's not the first time.
Well, I meant like a literal.
Oh,
literal. Yeah.
Oh, literal hickey. Okay.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just gonna just believe him. I don't. Why would he say? Why
I
would he lie?
appreciate that, Jeffrey.
I don't know why he'd lie.
Yep.
I mean, she's the
no
one who's
reason.
probably lying about the relationship.
She's probably sorry she got into this
telling
relationship.
people that she's not what she's single.
Randy, you're supposed to have my back.
I have your back, but having heard you on the air, she's probably like, "Oh no, what have I done?"
She might be.
She
might
keeps.
be.
If you look at your phone right now and you see her text, right there, and you see the little dots, and then they go away, and little dots, and they go away. She's trying to figure out how to break up with you. She just doesn't
I
have the
not
words.
seen that. I've not seen that yet, luckily.
Oh
It's
boy,
just, Harris, it's not you. It's no, my God, it's not you. It's the fourth dimension. Ever since we first met, no, this is just silly. I'm at a different place in my life.
And I'm not sure the fourth dimension can help with that. Yeah. Yeah.
Quiet Cannon says, and now Harris, you know where I'm coming from.
What?
No, we don't know where you're
We
coming
have
from.
no idea where you're coming from.
no.
Fighting
Would that
Wampa says, hey, Triple H, hickeys on your shoulder. You give yourself. They don't count either.
be Hickey's on your
I
shoulder.
have never given myself a hickey.
I don't know if I can reach that.
I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
have
even know
two
if I
bad
could, like,
shoulders.
do
I can't
that.
do that.
Effie
Randy
says,
definitely
Harris,
could
did
do
you outkick your coverage?
Did I outkick my coverage? I don't know what you're talking about.
It means is she way hotter than you deserve?
Oh, yeah. She
There
is.
you go. Right answer. It's the
She
Daily
is.
Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw in internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com
Oh, I'm ready.
and get ready for the workday.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust, Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free.
Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-289-6215. That's 800-289-6215. 800-289-6215.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
I'll settle down because it's time.
For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Harris Hicks in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I don't know if you can see this, but Fish Tank just showed me the T-shirts look like for his band. Light Sleeper.
Nice. I like that logo.
Yeah, I suspect that was AI assisted or created. If not, whoever made that is an artiste.
Yeah,
It does
a logo.
have a little AI feel to it, doesn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
But it's still cool. I'm not saying it ain't cool.
It is cool, man.
I mean, it's better than some of the stuff I've seen other people use AI for.
Yep.
Oh, by the
for
way, in case you care, and even if you don't, the Lori Daigle has been found guilty.
Lori Daigle.
Who is that?
I don't know about
Hey, she killed her husband.
Who was Lori Daigle?
Oh,
Or had him
I
killed
see.
or
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
There's been a trial on and stuff, so it's okay. We know you don't watch the news, Harris.
No, I do not.
You have it read to you. But anyway, your dad is still on the text line, by the way.
He'll be for a while.
He says Harris's nickname is H cubed.
H cubed.
Yep.
Well, here his
It's called that.
nickname is Triple H, according to
Yeah.
Randy.
Triple H.
Triple H, yeah.
And
Triple H
he's
is
got
usually-
Mr. Hicks. He's got a theme song too. I mean, we've got the whole, got the whole theme song for Harris.
That's right.
When he goes on a rant and he starts talking about something, sports. When Triple H shows up, and boy, you ought to see his veins come out. I
I'm
bet you've
against
never
it.
seen this, Mr. Hicks. But
I'm against
he's
it.
got two veins in his neck and one in the middle of his forehead, and his eyes get bulgy,
Very
and he
intimidating.
starts
They
like
really
pounding
don't.
his fist. And oh my God, he just takes people to task. He doesn't
Nobody's
mess
been taking a
around.
task so far.
Oh my! And then
There
he's
has
got
been one
this
task.
this theme song. I think it's a theme song that makes his blood boil. Oh my God, he gets all bowed up like.
No,
"Oh,
Randy,
how dare you? What?
I can't go with this because it's fake wrestling related, and we don't do anything fake wrestling related on this show. So the fact you play that and then the John Cena song or whatever the hell that is,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I just wish we weren't involved in
Never.
fakeness of the fake
I've
wrestling.
never played a John Cena thong in my entire life.
You have to.
Oh, who just played that? Uh-oh.
I don't
who just
know
did
who
that?
fired that, but that
Someone
wasn't
just
me.
fired it up. Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, we should make sure Harris has the draft sounder. By the way,
The draft sounder.
yeah, he's.
Oh,
gonna
you
need
mean the
draft-
bells?
Yeah,
You mean the draft bells?
yeah.
Also, Randy, the veins
Yeah.
in the neck, that's very true.
See?
I
See,
see.
Jeffrey? I wasn't kidding.
Harris is so skinny we could see the veins anywhere on him. You know what I mean? He's like we could see him swallow a grain of rice.
I see.
Like a lump goes down his throat.
I'll have
So-
you know, I have gained a considerable amount of weight. I put on the freshman 15 for sure in college and have not looked back. So I'm about
Well,
one.
I got the COVID 200.
The
so-
COVID 200. I'm sitting at like a 5'8" soaking wet 160 right now.
Oh my God, I did that when I was in high school.
Really? That was you, 5'8"?
I was 5'9", 160, and as solid as a rock. You could
Wow.
bounce quarters off my abs back in the day, but
Oh,
now
is that
you could
so?
bounce a quarter and it'd get lost in there.
Right
Oh,
now, I
man.
have an ab.
Get lost.
Just one ab.
You have one
Just
ab.
one.
One ab.
Singular ab. Big George says, "Yeah, I tried to
Wow.
make a Triple H joke on Twitter and I got berated by Jeffrey. Yeah, 'cause don't tag me in anything relating fake wrestling. I'll block your ass."
Well, okay. Triple H is my nickname.
It was the other
And
guy's nickname first, the fake wrestler. That's
Who
why.
Yeah,
they-
but
made-
he
who made
doesn't
a
go by
fake
that
name? He
anymore.
doesn't
He
go by
goes
that.
by he goes by President whatever his name is.
That's also not his real name. My name is real. I am
That's a
actually
real
Triple
name.
H. It's real.
Triple H.
Randy.
Yeah.
Yes.
but it's because
real.
it's associated with fake wrestling. I'm against it.
Harrison Huron Hickson. He's got all three of those H's. That's why he's Triple H. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes, Randy. You explained it perfectly.
So none of that is about herpes.
No,
Nope.
it has
None
nothing
of it is about
herpes.
herpes.
All right, just making sure.
Harrison Huron Hickson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fighting Wampa says, he says, are you saying Harris looks like an undeveloped baby chick?
No. No,
Yes.
Harris is a fully formed humanoid. It has, oh my God, he's got a bulging.
Have you seen the video where they find the sugar glider and it's like this little teeny little bean of a thing and it's all kind of see through? That's what Harris looks like.
If he were to take his shirt off right now on the YouTube, I mean, women everywhere would be fawning over it. They would log him. Men would be jealous everywhere at his man physique.
Well, that's why I don't take my shirt off.
Yeah,
I don't
just
want to make
take
you
your word for
guys.
that.
I don't want to make you guys feel bad.
Very
Mark me
responsible
down as
of you,
I believe
very, very
by the way.
selfless of me to do that because I want to make y'all
Absolutely.
feel bad. You know,
That's
that would
exactly
be-
what I was thinking.
really
Very
mess with the
selfless.
whole
of
mojo. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
Hefty says, I've been 160 pounds since 5th grade.
A big 5th grader. Wow.
Oh,
That
Hefty's
was my-
kind of a big guy. He's a muscle guy.
His name's Hefty.
160. Yeah,
Hefty,
it was
but
my
he's only
playing weight back in the day.
160.
Yeah.
All right, listen. Hold on. I got to shut up, dog. Oh boy,
dog's trying to tell you something.
He's trying to tell you something, Jeffrey.
Yeah, it's never anything that matters.
I don't have any of my dogs in here to translate, so I'm sorry.
Buddy, it just
Where's
he just,
Blue? He usually hangs around.
he's constantly
he's-
barking.
I just saw him a moment ago when I went out and got some coffee, and he was very excited. He got the zoomies, and then I came back in here.
Oh, I see what it is. So here's what it is. At my front door, there's this guy putting his business card there.
Yeah, I want to
right above the no soliciting sign.
Yes. I see. Well,
Get a lot of that around here.
That's funny.
The other day I got a bing boom and I answer the door and this guy's like, hey, he's like, looking for work. I'm like, what? Who you're looking for? Looking for what? And it's like I realized he said looking for work.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, sorry, I already got a guy because I thought actually that he was working with the guy that I got doing my
Right.
yard.
Yeah.
And so I felt bad. That's why I don't ever answer my door.
Yeah. That
My
makes
dog,
sense.
just anything moves, he'll bark at it. He'll hear anything, he'll bark at it. He sees somebody in their own driveway, he barks at them like, "Who? Hey, how the hell you be? What are you doing? Get out of here!" You know, don't even be at your own house.
Right. Imagine that times 4. That's what my house from home is.
Blue stood at the door yesterday. It was barking at the kids that were playing in their own backyard across the green belt.
Oh, yeah. See,
he
that's
was just telling them all, "Get the hell in the house." You're not supposed
because
to
that's
be
what
out
Blue can do.
Oh yeah.
How dare you
Yeah.
exist within
Yeah.
my field of vision or hearing?
Just little kids. They're like 5-year-olds just out playing in the backyard screaming, and he was
Blue-
just telling them. Boy,
Blue
he
doesn't
was,
put up with that.
he was giving them the business, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if Harris's dad is like listening for one of the first times with any kind of real intent, early on, the first thing he said was he wanted to talk about Nico Lamalivia and the fact that he left the Tennessee Titans because he's like, I need $4 million.
Tennessee Balls, but yes.
All right. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting there's more than one team in Tennessee.
Right.
So he was leaving the Volunteers and going to, now it turns out he's going to play for UCLA. He's going to play for UCLA.
UCLA, yes.
It's been announced that he is going to do that. And along with that, he's like, hey, I'll come play, but my brother Madden, he needs to come too. And they're like, oh, sure. Okay. So then Madden jumped into the transfer portal and he went to UCLA.
Oh, no kidding.
Where was he? Was he also in Tennessee?
No, he was not in Tennessee.
Where was he?
I actually can't remember. I'm looking it up right now. He might have been still in high school.
He was at Gain State
You
University.
can't enter a transfer portal from high school.
He was at Arkansas.
Oh, he was at Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Pardon me. I thought it was Gain State.
Yeah.
So now you got two Lamalivia and Nico and Madden. And so I don't know how much money he's actually getting, but I feel like it's probably less than he would have even gotten if he'd stayed with Tennessee.
Reportedly significantly less, actually.
What do I know? All I know is then just in a weird turn. So he heads to UCLA, and then there's a guy at UCLA, Pete Nakos.
Yep.
And he's like, well, I think this is a good time for me to go to Tennessee.
I hear there's an opening in Tennessee. Why don't I just go there?
So they pass each other in the transfer portal, high five, and then so now UCLA has the Tennessee quarterback, and Tennessee has the UCLA quarterback. I don't know if Harris is really. See, here's the thing: everybody we've ever known in sports radio, Harris. I mean,
okay,
let's not. I mean, you're smart. You've got all this knowledge, but you're new to sports radio, really.
Yes.
And here's the thing: every smart person I've known in sports radio has blind spots to their own teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you're qualified to even talk about this.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you're one of these guys. Because I remember old Sean Crespin, smart guy, and then as soon as the Raiders came up, he lost his damn mind.
Right. Bill Simmons, same way with the Celtics.
Yeah. So everybody sort of like has the blinders suddenly come up when it comes to their team. Are you that person?
Honestly, I feel like I do a really good job.
Yeah, of course you do, but you wouldn't know because you're inside there and we're out here.
Sure.
So we're gonna have to
Sometimes
figure
this is
out
true.
if you're one of those people. But
Right.
we'll give you the benefit of the doubt until I realize no, Harris is an insufferable homer.
I give you guys permission to call me out if I get biased.
I love how you
Say
will
that.
give us permission on my own show.
I
And Randy,
always want
who's
to be
been
clear.
doing radio since your dad was a child.
Yeah, literally. That is crazy.
But thank you so much for permission. So, all right,
Oh.
we'll go ahead and ask you, but I think we need some other people to give us some input.
All right.
Who won this? Did Tennessee or UCLA come out better for this quarterback swap?
UCLA came out better, but there were no wins, no winners in this entire thing.
Explain the differences between Nico, I'm going to leave you, and this other cat that left UCLA for Tennessee.
Well, Nico has a lot of talent. I mean, he's got a huge arm.
Did
He's
you
got
ever
great
learn how to say his
mobility.
name?
Iamaleava.
What did you say? Lava Lampa Lava?
Iamaleava.
I thought it was.
Is that an I?
Yeah, it is an I.
Oh, I thought that was an L.
I have heard
I
Nico.
feel like that dumb lady in the government who was saying A1 because she thought that's what AI spelled out.
A1.
I have heard Nico, I'm a leaving. I've heard that.
I'm a
gonna
leave
you.
I'm a leaving.
I'm a lever.
I'm a
Okay.
lever. If you look at it, it's I'm a lever.
Oh, so that's an I.
Iamaleava.
Okay, sorry. What we? So who wins? UCLA wins.
Nobody
because
wins, but
Amaliva
UCLA
is
probably
a better player than
Joey Aguilar.
Huh?
Joey Aguilar is the
Aguilar's
guy.
No, Pete Nako. Oh, Pete. Oh, no,
Pete
wait. Pete
Nakos.
Nakos is the guy who broke the
Pete
story.
Nakos is the reporter who Nico's dad.
Oh, there he
tried to
is.
cuss
Christina
out.
Aguilera's brother,
Right.
Joey Aguilera.
There you go.
Right.
These hips don't lie.
Right. Yep.
No,
No,
that's
that's
Shakira.
not the right one, Randy.
That's Shakira, Randy.
Oh my God. Sorry. Okay.
I don't
Sorry.
remember
Yeah,
what Christina Aguilera is saying, to be honest.
I thought it was something about her hips not lying.
So neither UCLA or Tennessee Volunteers are really threatening anybody for any kind of a championship next year.
No. UCLA had the 100. I mean, it was told. The rumor out there, Nico's camp said he was transferring because of fit, but UCLA had the 117th scoring offense last year. For reference, there are 133 teams in Division I FBS college
That
football.
sounds bad.
It's not good. Not good at all. Now, Tennessee's offense lacked explosiveness at times, but they were still good, top 40 scoring offense. So the fit thing, I don't really trust. I don't think any of these teams are going to be contending for a championship. If Tennessee had Nico, I would say they have a possibility, but oh man, that is since dwindled after losing
So,
Nico.
UCLA, are they in the Big 12 now too?
Big
Where are they
10.
at? No, the
Big 10. Yeah.
Big 10. They're in
Uh-huh.
the Big 10.
Yeah.
And Tennessee is in the SEC,
Yes.
which is tougher.
Very
Right.
much.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Because if you look back, I mean, Georgia has not been the powerhouse it once was the last few years.
Uh-huh.
Alabama has slid substantially since Nick Saban left.
Right.
Yes, SEC is a powerhouse conference, but I'll say the Big Ten is catching the SEC. I'll kind of put it out there for debate. I'm not saying they're as good as or even stronger than. I'm just saying I believe the Big Ten and the SEC are about neck and neck.
I would say the Big Ten is catching up from the top. But if you look at their overall win percentages as a conference as a whole, the SEC has had the best win percentage as a whole as a conference in college football for 17 years.
I mean, they don't have Rutgers and
Yeah,
the other
exactly.
teams that are really dragging down the Big Ten. Yeah, go
They
ahead.
also have some free reign when it comes to the law. The Securities Exchange Commission can basically shut somebody down during an investigation.
no,
Sometimes
Jeffrey,
they have very heavy-handed, and then
Jeffrey,
cooperation with
Jeffrey,
the DOJ.
Jeffrey, this has nothing to do with the government. This is the Southeastern Conference.
Not
we're talking about the Securities Exchange
No,
Commission.
no, we're not talking about security exchange. They try to stay up with what we're talking. We're talking college football is not Security Exchange Commission.
Right.
It's the Southeastern Conference.
Harris's dad is doing math. He says Nico was getting $2.3 million at UT. His dad demanded $4 million. He went to UCLA for $1.6 million.
Yeah.
Equals, his dad is an idiot.
Yeah. Nico, don't listen to your dad about money matters anymore. He might be a nice guy, but he just cost you $500,000.
So here's
you
the
just
issue.
Schroedered yourself. Remember
Yeah,
that
yeah,
when
yeah.
Schroeder from the Lakers was like, "I'm not taking your $9 million. I'm going to leave and take $1 million from this other team because I'm dumb."
Yeah, I remember that. Wow. Well, here's
Harris's dad says the UT board was not going to be extorted. Plus, Nico and his dad made a secret visit to Oregon, and Dan Lanning alerted Josh Heupel to that fact.
Mm-hmm.
This has been reported in a lot of
Yeah.
cases. And Lanning said, I cannot confirm nor deny it, which the fact that he's not denying it is really telling. So that easily could have happened. The issue with college football, we'll get back to the SEC Big Ten debate. There's many, but one of them is that I could literally DM Nico, text him right now and say, hey, you need an agent? And if he says yes, I would be his agent. No qualifications, no nothing. There's no guidelines by the NCAA or anything saying, hey, this is what you need in order to be a sports agent.
Wow.
That's the issue with college football, is that these 19-year-old kids like Nico are getting miserable advice.
Well, and that's obvious in Nico's part because his dad lost him.
Yeah.
What about $750,000? So.
Yep.
Do you guys have dogs that tell on each other?
Yes.
Yes.
Bevo just came in here gleefully, like, Buddy's outside barking.
That's
Like I could hear Buddy off in the distance, but people came out and he's like, "Are you gonna do something? Are you gonna yell at him?"
Usually none of mine are tattletales, though. They all kind of participate in the mischief themselves.
Oh no, they both do to each other. Like if one of them walks in, I'm sitting there watching a show or something, and one comes in and stares at me, I'm like, "Uh-oh, I better go look out in the yard. Something is happening. Somebody's digging, barking, doing something."
Yep.
Yeah.
Hamilton Porter says, since you guys were talking about it earlier, he sends me this graphic with the old Pope staring at a Jets fan. It says, the New York Jets are the only NFL, NBA, or Major League Baseball team to not make the postseason during Pope Francis's tenure.
Oh, boy.
So this just in, the Pope hates the Jets.
Wow. So now
this
that he's
just
passed,
in, the Pope has good taste.
So now that the Pope has passed, the Jets have a chance. Is that what we're saying?
No, it's still not. It doesn't
They
matter.
don't have a chance.
All
As
right. I
long
didn't
as
think
Woody
so.
Johnson's their owner,
Yeah.
they
Mhm.
won't have a chance. You guys see that article about, it was a while back, Woody Johnson was drafting players based off of who his son liked to play with
Yes.
in Madden.
Oh, yeah, we were
In
talking
Madden.
about that last draft where he was just like,
nuts?
oh, yeah, there's no way this is
Ridiculous.
true.
He's
Oh,
an
it's
88 overall.
absolutely
We'll
true.
draft him. Nope. It's
So I know we're getting close to a break, but I want to ask you one question.
Okay.
Does UCLA get better with Nico on the team, and will he start?
They
Just a
do
little
get
bit.
better. Yeah, they get better. And he doesn't have the job at the moment, but I say he will likely win the job.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
That's all I had.
Yeah.
Harris's dad, by the way, at this point, Harris's dad is doing his own show.
Oh, I told you, Jeffrey, you got like him getting to the text line. It changes the entire dynamic.
As long as we're talking college football and specifically the SEC, he's going to be very active.
He'll be very active.
Does he care about anything else?
Not really.
All
That's kind of it.
He says NIL contracts are only portal to portal. Recruiting and signing day is now irrelevant.
Mhm.
Kind of feels
Mhm.
that way. But hey,
Yep.
listen, for some people, it's a bad thing. For a squad like ASU, Kenny Dillingham works that portal
Very
masterfully.
well. Very
So,
well. Yep.
As long as that's a thing, he's going to use it until this team is what it needs to be. And I'll tell you what, if you're kind of disgruntled or disenfranchised and you run into a Kenny Dillingham, Makes a real great case for ASU
Dad,
for sure.
Dad, I'm going to put this into terms for you that you'll understand. Kenny Dillingham is the Lane Kiffin of the West. Yep. Very good play caller, knows how to work the portal. He'll understand that.
And you can leave him at the airport. No, wait, you can't.
Boy, I hope
no,
not.
hopefully not.
I hope not. Wow.
All right, taking a break. We'll be back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
They say all good things come to those who wait, but not for those who wait for that next auto breakdown that could cost you thousands of dollars. I'm Danica Patrick. In the past 5 years, auto repair costs have gone up over 36%. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all. With an Endurance Auto Protection Plan, no matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done by the certified mechanic of your choice. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, and lockout services. Act now and get the benefits of our Elite Plan, a $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you can never pay for covered auto repairs again. So call now for your free quote.
Call 800-294-6720. 800-294-6720. 800-294-6720.
I'm Angela Gonzalez, reporting from Phoenix. We're talking with the community about Phoenix Police Department. Ma'am, what do you think?
Oh, I love them. They're our local heroes. We've had some problems around here with break-ins and people using drugs on the streets. The police work with our community to have a presence in our neighborhood and keep our streets safe.
Thank you, Phoenix Police.
Gracias a la Policía de Phoenix.
Thank you, Phoenix Police.
Rise to serve. Find more today at joinphxpd.com. Protect and serve with the elite.
Sponsored by the City of Phoenix.
The Rich Eisen Show.
And now the Giants are just saying one last look at Shador. But what this kid is going to come in to the league with is a toughness and a professionalism and a sizzle. And if you think that that kid can fit into your system and make Malik Neighbors more of a star, got to take a look at it. Got to kick the tire on it. Got to figure it out. And that's what that makes sense.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at 9 a.m. on 1580, The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. So, Harris, have you sorted out what you're going to call your college football or college basketball segments? You know, when you finally get to do them?
Yeah, honestly, at the moment, still figuring it out. I have a couple things. Hicks Picks is definitely one.
Damn,
I like that.
Oh,
Hicks
yo,
Picks,
God,
yeah.
he knows I like the alliteration right here. Hicks Picks.
Hicks Picks.
Absolutely, that's great.
I appreciate that. That is the lead candidate so far. So
I
ended up being
really
that.
thought you were going to come up with some real lame stuff, but no, that works. That worked nicely.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank your parents for having that as a last name because
That's right.
You can't rhyme picks with other things, you know.
Nope.
There's only a certain amount of names you can get away with rhyming picks with. So nicely done. Nicely done.
Yep.
Now, of course, one of the things that we do that you weren't around for is we do our NFL fan pick'em picks.
Yeah.
And we do a round of picks for the NFL each week, and we track the picks.
Yeah.
And generally, I am just dominant when it comes to those picks.
Okay.
He is pretty damn good. It's almost spooky.
Where my wife has been like, you've got to bet those picks. And I never have. I said, yeah, but I feel like if I do that, I'm going to jinx myself and just lose a bunch of money doing it. She's like, just $1 a pick, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that next year. I have decided
Really?
to go ahead and give that a
Wow.
shot next year.
All
Do it,
right, there
Jeffrey.
you go.
Do it,
Jeff, go.
man. Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Because here's why. Like for 3 or 4, Randy? 3 or 4 years, I outright won the Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em contest. The first year was $5,000.
Yeah, but he didn't win
Really?
the 5,000. I
No,
mean, that,
because
that went
second
to the-
place got it because I
Yeah.
can't win.
Yeah.
The next year was
Oh.
1,580. The next year was 1,580. It's been 1,580 ever since.
Right.
So I've missed out almost 10 grand.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
No, man. Why
Mm-hmm.
can't you win it? Is it
because
a
I
fan
work
has
here.
to win it?
You know,
Okay.
Hey,
you
he
don't
works
know
here.
how, the
Darn
rules
it.
of radio are we can't win the prizes.
Right.
We can't.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I was thinking of getting those. I would be taking those prizes for myself.
And then of course, some people no, that's against the law actually. And,
Is it
and
really?
some
I didn't even
people
know.
have accused me of, oh, you've rigged the picks. You did it.
How would you possibly rig the picks?
You can't. That's the platform.
If it's
It's
on air,
absolutely
it's there.
one of the things I like about the platform we're on now is if anybody did go in and change a pick, all of a sudden it would change the color of the pick line and
Mhm.
everyone would know you were being shady. So I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Ooh, Okay.
So, but yeah, I have a knack. I don't know why. I
Hey,
don't know
You have
why.
a talent. You have a
But
talent.
so I'm looking forward to seeing how you do in picks. Now, every guy we've had that has been super smart about sports, not great at picks.
Interesting. Well, I will
See,
say my betting
I-
record's very good.
You know why it is? The smart guys overthink it.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
See, I think
This is
Harris
true.
is going to be good. I have this feeling because he's mentioned things along the way as we've been getting to know him, Jeffco,
Mhm.
and he has said, and he's made no bones about it, that he has been dominant several times in his fantasy football league, which
Sure,
tells me he knows a couple of things to be looking for, and he's also said on this very radio program that he's been very successful in the let's say the betting
Absolutely.
realm.
But
This
see,
is all
those
true.
things don't equate the same thing in the picks because, you know, it's been a lot of years since I've won the Daily Blender Fantasy Football League.
No, it
Lots
hasn't been
of
that
years.
long.
Right.
It hasn't been that long.
And so now you couldn't tell I'm good at it by seeing how well I do in fantasy. So we don't know how Harris is going to do. Well, if he does badly, it doesn't mean he doesn't know what he's talking about. It just,
No.
like I said, a lot of times, super smart sport like Keon, he got a little better because I think you got to not second guess.
Mhm.
That's the thing. And super
Mhm.
smart sports guys always second guess.
They always overthink.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, yes, I am a 5-time champion in my fantasy football
See,
league from back
see,
home.
here we go.
I
Here we
am
go.
That
the,
is, see, that right there is a super smart guy understanding the players
Mhm.
and making decisions based on certain things.
Not
so that
just
makes
that,
sense.
I am the defending fantasy baseball league champion with my
Wow.
college friends as
Wow.
Boy,
well.
that just tells me you have too much time.
I'll
much
say
free
I'm gonna be honest, man. I put too much time in that app. I'll
Yeah.
be frank. I'll be true. And yes,
Can you just be Harris? I don't
you're
like
right.
Frank.
okay, yeah, no, I can't be Frank.
All right.
Do I have a
Yeah.
friend named Frank? I don't
don't
think I have
think
a friend
so.
named Frank. Is there anybody out there named Frank that'll be my friend? I did this
Mm.
once because I didn't have a friend named
text line, maybe.
I didn't have a friend named Bob.
Okay.
And then I ended up with a friend named Bob. And then it's like, ooh, I want a friend named Boogie. We got a Boogie. I don't have a Frank. Do I have a Frank?
No,
I don't
no,
think we
know
have a
anyone
Frank.
in the text line named Frank.
Mm-mm.
No, I don't remember Frank.
It's a very old name. You don't see a lot of people named Frank anymore.
Francis.
Francis, that's an old name.
Franklin.
Franklin. I know someone named Franklin.
Franklin,
Say
that's an
that.
awesome name. By the way.
Franklin is an awesome name. One of my
Yeah.
close friends from back home, his name is Franklin.
And I would say,
He goes
and
by
then somebody
Kitch.
said, hey, Frank. But no. Don't shorten. It's Franklin. Just like don't shorten Jeffrey.
There
I'm
we
Jeffrey.
go. Yeah.
Well, my friend goes by his middle name, a shortened version. McKittrick is his middle name, but he goes by Kitch.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Kitch.
Yep.
You know, I read something the other day that I think applies to our text line.
All right.
And that is they're calling it the death of nicknames. Nobody has nicknames anymore because now everybody's super sensitive. And if you give them some sort of a nickname, like a fat guy, you say, "Hey, Tiny," then they're like, "Oh, you're fat shaming me." You can't give people fun nicknames anymore
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
brings too much attention to something about them that you know all of a sudden you give somebody a nickname and you get canceled. So
Yeah.
but here on
Yeah.
the text line, at least here on the text line, you can still get a nickname.
I'm going to be honest. Gen Z, my generation, takes full responsibility for this. It's their fault. It's our
It's
fault.
Gen Z's fault.
Gen Z's fault for that.
The death of nicknames.
Yes.
I like how they take we take full responsibility for this.
Well, some people do. Some people won't. We'll put it on others, But this is Gen Z's fault for sure.
Firefarter
And
says,
millennials.
"Wait a second. Did you just say to send in our D picks?"
No.
Nobody said that.
No, we did
Nobody
not say
said
that,
that.
firefarter.
NFL fan pick'em picks next season.
Yeah.
I'm going to end up blocking Firefarter.
Yeah, why are you
I
so,
feel that
Better
coming.
safe than
Why
sorry.
are
And
you
Jeffrey, there's things that he has. Don't underestimate his ability to block somebody. He'll block you.
You know, this company
quick as you
who
could get.
the company who our text line goes through didn't have a block button until I came along.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
As a
okay.
customer, I'm on the phone. Hey, I'm going to need a little help from you here on something.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
You gotta have it. Hey, guys, I have some breaking news here. Randy,
Break
you want to
that
cue up the
news.
breaking news?
You've got breaking news.
I have breaking news.
Newsflash. This is breaking news.
So, according to Adam Schefter, former NFL kicker Jay Feely announced he's running for Congress.
Oh,
in
turn off the
Arizona.
break. Nobody gives a crap about Jake Feely.
Boy. Oh boy.
Well, he's running for Congress, folks, in Arizona.
I do because he's a former Cardinals kicker. Yeah.
Yeah. This is news in the Valley for sure.
Wait, so
Jeffrey
he's
has some
running
thoughts on it.
for actual Congress?
Yeah, he's running for Congress in Arizona.
How about that?
How about that? Isn't that nuts? Jay Feely, I remember him playing.
I don't think he's going to win though.
You don't think?
No.
I haven't looked at anything who he's running
What
against.
qualifies him to be a politician?
I don't know.
He's been a commentator for years on I don't know what network, maybe ESPN and or CBS or something. And for 14 years he's been with CBS.
Interesting.
Huh.
No, 14 years he was with the Cardinals, and then he was with the Bears for a season.
Wow. Yeah,
Here's what he says. He says his NFL career prepared him for a run at public office in three ways.
Hell did it do? Okay. All right.
What 3 ways?
He didn't say.
Oh.
No. He was an NFL Players Association player rep. And he spent time on the union's executive committee and then fighting for players' rights to insurance.
Yeah.
And then he says, I'm used to all that pressure of being an NFL kicker. That'll be another trait that'll help you in Congress. And then he said, all that time broadcasting games has helped his ability to speak publicly and communicate.
I think those are great reasons. I think at surface level, you wouldn't see it as that, but
Well,
I
that's
think
all that is surface level. That's some of the shallowest reasonings.
Well, him working and representing players in fights against insurance and stuff like that, I think he has some experience at least. Jay Feely, I see it.
I see absolutely nothing that qualifies this man to be in any kind of public office.
I'm with you on that one, Jeff.
Does he have a education at all?
I'd assume so. I would assume so.
Well, maybe he's a smart guy. I don't know.
I'd like to think so. He went to Michigan.
I feel like he's got some blooper reels out there where he says, "Oh yeah, you made the kick," and they're like, "Dude, you didn't make the kick."
He was a 4-year letterman at Michigan.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. So
he's 48 years old. He's from Florida, which I think should disqualify him right there.
Florida man.
Yeah. If he's been from Florida.
See, here on the Daily Blender, we kind of feel like kickers aren't really football players.
I don't know, because they play such important roles. But are they like football players, like football guys? No, and they don't necessarily fit that stereotype. But man, kickers are underrated, man. They're the second leading scorer on your team, typically behind quarterbacks. They're important.
I hope he's a nice guy.
Feely's been at CBS, Jeff, for 10 years. Did you know 10 years?
10 years, man.
Does it seem like 10 years to you?
All I remember is some video where they were talking about how, hey, they made the kick. And then the other people are like, that wasn't even close, dude.
According
he
to
got
his,
something really wrong.
According to his X account, he's a 5-time Emmy Award winner. What?
Well, who isn't? Big George says, Jay Feely announced today. Okay. Hey, George, thank you. Firefarter says,
thank you for the news, George. What do we do without you, Big George?
Yeah, Big George.
Firefarter said, I'm just kidding. I was messing around. I'd never do that. Please don't ban me. I take it back. All right.
Oh, look at him begging for desperation now. Oh,
I'd only block you if I suddenly saw that there was a photo there, and because I don't want to see it. I mean, before it was
Even-
able to materialize. I
even
would
the
block you.
possible threat just shakes him at his core.
Raven Kid says, I have to embrace the kid part because I got it when I was 16. I first texted into this program. Dude, you weren't 16. I believe you were 14. You were like 14 when I met you, I think.
Was it 14?
Remember, him and his dad came in the
Yeah,
studio.
well, was he 14 though? I thought he was 16.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
2017 is when we first came on air here.
You're generally right.
And he came in the studio. Raven Kid did.
Oh yeah, him and his dad came down and
random texter.
We gave them the VIP tour, not the nickel tour. We gave them the full blown tour. I mean, the one that takes. I don't know if you ever had the whole tour, Harris, but it takes an hour and a half.
No, Jeffrey gave me the what's the tour you
Nickel
called
tour?
it? The nickel tour. He gave me.
I gave him that tour, and then I took him to the back door and said, "You need to go home now."
Yeah.
Yep.
That is a true story.
He gave me the nickel tour.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Time for you to leave.
I got the cue and I left, and that was that.
Donnie says 3 beers in. Howl. Okay, Donnie.
Okay, Donnie.
Zay says my huskies narc on each other daily. Oh yeah, I had to bring the dogs upstairs because they were fighting. Sir Drives a Lot says Jamarcus Russell Sanders is being compared to the biggest bust ever.
Who is comparing?
Oh,
Shedeur
earlier
Sanders
when
to
he said
Jamarcus
Sanders
Russell?
is light years ahead of Russell,
I know
we
what
thought
he's
he meant
talking
Russell
about.
Wilson.
Jamarcus Russell. Okay, gotcha.
Jamarcus
All right.
Russell.
Yeah.
He reached 300 pounds at one point. He was not in the physical physique and shape that Shedeur Sanders is in. Also, Jamarcus Russell is infamous for not watching tape. I've never heard any coach question Shedeur's work ethic. Not one. So I don't see the fairness in that comparison.
The only coach he's had, I mean, to be
Oh,
honest,
yeah, this is true.
his
Well, the
dad.
assistants could also. Well, then that could make it tough. Yeah. Okay.
He won't be
Okay.
used to having a coach with 10 toes.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be an adjustment.
That is going to be an adjustment. That's an adjustment for anybody.
Art Stanton says, look at the dome of loons this state already has in Congress. Feely can't be worse. He's not wrong.
The dome of loons. I like that.
It's like a murder of crows.
Yeah.
Beer Bob says he's got to be a smart guy because he played in one of the most violent sports in America. But yet, how many times did he get hit? Not that often.
No.
Well, he's a kicker.
Kickers
You're
don't
not
get
allowed to hit the kicker.
You can under the fair
Well, I mean, once he
circumstances,
kicks
just
the
doesn't
ball,
happen.
you can,
Yeah.
can't you?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, to be fair.
Raven Kid says January 2019 is when him and his dad came in the studio. He says, a month before that, I turned 16.
Oh,
well, you weren't listening until then because your dad had been listening like a couple of years before that, I think.
Well, sometimes it takes a 16-year-old to a little time to come around.
He looked 14, and I'm being generous.
Well,
his dad is random texter, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Got
Baker's Cocky Hen says Anthony Edwards is going to be wearing Phil's Speedo tonight just to prove his point.
What?
Yeah, we don't need to prove that point. I think we're all good here. Think you know what? We'll concede the point. How about that? Can we just concede the point to Anthony Edwards? That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not going to watch the game then.
Well, not now.
No.
So I thought this had already happened, but it happened again today. Cooper Flagg confirms he is entering the NBA draft.
Yeah.
It's a done deal. He put out this video on social media and he says, today is just the beginning, but I have the brotherhood with me for life. Oh,
Wow.
shut up.
Well, brotherhood being his Dookie friends.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
They call themselves the Brotherhood.
Let's not overstate things.
Yeah.
I don't like
They're
when people
known as the
overstate
Brotherhood.
things. I don't like when people overspeak things. You know, I don't know. This seems silly to me.
I honestly thought there was a chance he would come back. I really thought there was a decent chance.
A lot of people wanted them to the team to run it back because they felt like, yeah, this is not how this should have ended.
Yeah, no, the way that game ended and that type of choke, I'll call it a choke, was one of the worst sells I've seen. They were up by 9 with 2 minutes to go, man. And that pass by Sion James and all the missed shots, it was just rough for Duke. It was a young team, and the only thing that they missed was experience. And if Cooper Flagg came back, they would have been the overwhelming favorite to win, especially with the Boozer twins coming in. So I hoped he came back. I thought it would have been better for the sport of college basketball. But I mean, hey, ain't nothing wrong with going and getting your money's worth, and he'll be a good NBA player. So
speaking of the NBA, they're releasing the awards. Are they going to sprinkle that over the next couple of weeks, or is this all happening like today? Because I just saw a headline that says that Pritchard has been named the 6th man of the year. He got the award
officially.
Peyton Pritchard from the Celtics. So are they going to do this all tonight? Because I've got a list of all the different finalists. Thought we'd talk about it maybe tomorrow, but now it's like, oh crap, maybe we ever do this now. Because is this all happening tonight, or is it going to happen over the next couple of weeks?
I'll look more on this, but I remember they typically do this kind of early, because remember in 2007 when Dallas lost in the first round and Dirk Nowitzki went and got his MVP award, and it was like super awkward. And he was like, no one, he didn't even want it. Kind of, it seemed like that. So they typically do it early. They've been doing that ever since. I think that they would wait about a week or so until giving out those MVP awards, Jeffrey.
All right. Well, then, just to be safe, when we come back, let's just run them down and take a look. All the finalists have been announced for the season awards of the NBA. Plus, we got on this date in Big Georgia sports history. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T&Cs apply.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
They say all good things come to those who wait, but not for those who wait for that next auto breakdown that could cost you thousands of dollars. I'm Danica Patrick. In the past 5 years, auto repair costs have gone up over 36%. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all. With an Endurance Auto Protection Plan, no matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done by the certified mechanic of your choice. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, and lockout services. Act now and get the benefits of our Elite Plan, a $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again. So call now for your free quote.
Call 800-294-6720. 800-294-6720. 800-294-6720.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-383-7733. That's 800-383-7733.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at harmansolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to harmansolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's harmansolar.com.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
1580 The Fanatic and at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for sports.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So, all right, now we know that Peyton Pritchard from the Celtics is the NBA 6th man of the year. Fair enough. Let's talk about the other awards that are set to come out. I don't know. Has any of them come out other than just that one? Do we?
I believe I am looking at it right now, and I think the NBA. Let's see, defensive player finalists may have come out.
Well, we got the finalists. I have all the finalists, but do they have they given any other awards than sixth man?
Have they handed out any more awards?
No, they have not.
So are they going to, is it like baseball over the next week or so? They're going to start handing these things out?
Yeah, usually
Also,
that's what they do.
Why do we care? I just I don't think we have a dog in this race, man.
I mean, yeah, we don't, but it is fun to kind of talk about. And
let's run it down real fast. We have a few minutes.
Let's do it.
NBA Coach of the Year. Is it going to be Kenny Atkinson from the Cleveland Cavaliers, JB Bickerstaff from the Detroit Pistons, or Ime Udoka, which, by the way, translates to "I like ladies," for the Houston Rockets? Who is the Coach of the Year in your opinion?
It's a good race. I would take Atkinson from the Cavaliers.
Oh, no kidding! I would take Bickerstaff.
Bickerstaff, just gonna like saying his name.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about it. The Cleveland Cavaliers don't have a single superstar. They have a star in Donovan Mitchell, but do they have a top 5 player? No. They're doing this with a very good core. Mitchell's good. Garland is good. But look at the jump that the Cavaliers have had since Atkinson joined. I think they won 50? They won 50 games last year. They were a first round exit. Now they're number 1 in the East. That's no coincidence. So, man, Atkinson is he's my vote.
All right. NBA Rookie of the Year. Is it Stephon Castle?
Stephon Castle.
From the Spurs. Is it Zachary
Yeah.
from the Atlanta Hawks?
Yeah.
Or Jalen Wells from the Grizzlies?
I would say Jalen Wells. He's probably been the most efficient. What would you say, Jeffrey?
I want the guy with the weird name. It's like Jennifer Coolidge just trying to order something.
Wrong.
But Jalen Wells, according to you, just went with the easiest name, Harris.
Well, I think Jalen Wells, no pun intended there, is probably the best. He's been the most efficient. A lot of those guys have very low shot percentages, and Wells doesn't as much. He's also been a big piece on a very good team this year. And so, yeah, for that reason, I would take Jalen Wells. Kind of an underwhelming Rookie of the Year race.
Damn you, Harris. Intend your puns. If you're going to pun, intend them. Don't be a coward. Intend your puns.
Yeah, intend them.
Intend them.
This is the show where you intend your puns.
Yeah. Mine just sometimes they just naturally come up. Like I can't control it. You know,
I get it. This is it.
That angers me when someone says no pun intended. Damn you. Damn you, Harris.
You are free to intend your puns here on this show.
But let's focus at the task at hand. I'll be angry later.
Yes.
NBA Most Improved Player, Cade Cunningham from the Pistons, Dyson Daniels from the Atlanta Hawks, or Ivica Zubac from the Clippers.
I would take Zubac because all of those guys from the Clippers, because all of those guys are young players. Dude, I could say anyone, and you'll say wrong.
No, if you'd have taken Dyson Daniels, I like his name because it sounds like a vacuum cleaner.
So, do you understand what's happening now, Triple H? He's picking the guys with his favorite names.
His favorite names.
No, you pick the guy you think should have the award. I'm going to pick the guy that I like his name.
I think young guys get overrated in this award because young guys are supposed to improve naturally. That happens. Zubac's season sort of came out of nowhere. He's been kind of a fringe starter for the Clippers, and now he's having like an all-star caliber season, and he's like 29 years old. And so it kind of came out of left field. So for that reason, I would take Zubac. He's also been excellent for one of the best defenses in the NBA this year. He's been the anchor of it.
All right, we got to pick up the pace on this.
Yep.
Defensive Player of the Year, Dyson Daniels, Draymond Green, or Evan Mobley from the Cavaliers?
Mobley.
Not even a hesitation on that one.
Yeah, not even a hesitation. Okay. He's awesome defensively.
Clutch Player of the Year, That means they can
Wow.
drive a manual transmission, Randy.
Clutch player
Yeah.
of the year.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Jalen Brunson from the Knicks. Anthony Edwards. Well, that he's also wants to be in a different competition, but we're not talking about that. From the Timberwolves, and Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets.
I would probably go Jokic. I don't quite know all the stats here, to be honest with you. in
Clutch
this
player
award.
of the year is such a subjective thought
Really
process.
is a subjective thought process.
Yeah.
Maybe they look at like percentages in the last 2 minutes to judge this, but yeah, I guess I would go Jokic.
I agree.
Yep.
See?
There we go. Look at that.
NBA finalist for MVP.
Yes.
Giannis Antetokounmpo for the Bucks. Shai Gilligan-Alexander for the Thunder. And Nikola Jokic for the Denver Nuggets. If you say anybody than Nikola Jokic, then you're a fraud.
Yes. I agree with you, Jeffrey.
I took a chance there.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were going
You
to
were
say
gonna
Shai
call me a fraud.
Gilligan-Alexander.
You were going to call me a fraud. No, the reason why is because so I have these stats up here. Okay. 2025, Denver's scoring margin with Nikola Jokic has been plus 10.5 per 100 possessions. That's first in the league. Without him on the court, drops to -9, last in the league. They literally go from the best to worst team in the NBA. The term most valuable player,
Yeah.
that is it right there. He's the most valuable player. He's also putting numbers up that no one ever and their mother has put up.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's going to win the he's going to win the award right?
Because of voter fatigue.
Yep.
He
Voter
probably
fraud.
will.
Oh, they got a hold of the voting machines again.
Yeah,
Damn
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You tell me someone that's averaging a triple double, shooting 63 from 2 and 42% from 3, and with 3 turnovers and 10 assists. Are you kidding me?
Look, man, I'm with you. I'm just saying SGA has been the media favorite.
He
He's
has
going to
been the
win
media
award.
favorite. Right.
Yeah, Randy's a little bit crusty about how those things work.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Voter fatigue's a real thing. I think LeBron and Michael Jordan and Peyton Manning deserve like 7 MVPs each.
Well, you can only have one guy win a year.
Yeah.
Well, in different years is what I'm saying, you know.
How do you figure, though? You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1947, the Philadelphia Phillies players, inspired by their Alabama-born racist manager, Ben Chapman, repeatedly shouted racial epithets, threw beanballs, and intentionally spiked Brooklyn's rookie first baseman, Jackie Robinson, the first African-American player to play Major League Baseball in the 20th century. The incident was so severe that Philadelphia's infielder, Jeep Handley, would later publicly apologize. Yeah, and then they end up firing Ben Chapman, who is the worst of them, the manager, the following season, and he never coached in the majors again. So
good.
Yeah, people wonder, it's like we have such a short memory when it comes to horrible racist actions of people, and then everybody's like, oh, that's not fair, the DEI thing. It's like, we do need reminding, and we do need to be thoughtful and considerate of how bad things were in the past, so we don't repeat that again. I'll let everybody else argue about what the rest of it means, but that was not that long ago. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, people have no idea. It's sort of just an afterthought nowadays that we have a Jackie Robinson day. And the bottom line is people have no idea the kind of brutality that he put up with. He wasn't allowed to stay in team hotels. He wasn't allowed to drink out of the same water fountain as his teammates. There was all of this going on, and it took a very special man. And Jackie Robinson is the man to do it, to break that ceiling. So,
but remember this Ben Chapman fellow who was the manager. It was at his prompting that the players started shouting and doing the things they were doing. Everybody's responsible for their own self, but see how easily people can be spurred into that sort of thing once that, and now it's like we're coming full circle to where it sounds like we're giving everybody permission to be this way again. And I sure hope not. Because that would be terrible. So hopefully, I keep hoping we've come farther, and then there's some story in the news or something that happens where I'm like, oh, we're not anywhere near as far along in being better human beings than we were back then. The only hope is that we can keep trying to inch forward and not be horrible. That's all I see when I hear a story like that. And mean, that's just, we're coming up on 100 years ago, and here we still are with the problems that we have. So, anyways, but yes, if you ever had an appreciation for Jackie Robinson, if you were like, well, what's the big deal about Jackie Robinson? Read, watch a movie,
watch 42.
Yeah.
42
see
is a
the
great
abuse.
Yeah.
Even 42 is not showing you the ugliness as ugly as it was. They'll show you some of the ugliness, but in a movie, people would be walking out if they actually saw how bad it really was in reality.
Yeah, I mean, they just show you clips, the vignettes, if you will, of certain times during that whole situation. They don't show you the real in-depth stuff. So
he had to go through all that and then played remarkably.
And he played at a very high level.
Well, that's what I just said right now. Remarkably covers high level, I think.
Remarkably. I just wanted to accentuate what you were saying. I'm just trying to back you up, buddy.
Well, thank you. Raven Kid says he has his number retired all across baseball for a reason. He did incredible things for baseball. Well, I just said
His
remarkable.
statue
I
at
don't know why we
Dodger
have to-
Stadium is freaking awesome.
He was
I saw
a
it
giant
recently.
among men.
And UCLA for that matter. He has one.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's super cool. I've seen both.
Hamilton Porter says, as a Jew, read Hank Greenberg's autobiography. It's been brutal all around. Well, I can't do that as a Jew because I'm not Jewish, Hamilton Porter. You mean you as a Jew are saying that I, the Gentile,
okay,
should read
All
that.
right,
Okay, that
there
makes
we
more
go.
sense.
Yeah, there we go.
Raven Kid says, 42 is only the tip of the iceberg of how bad his life was, breaking the color barrier in baseball. But tell you what, all-time great right there.
Yep. One of the best to ever do it.
All right, guys, that's all the time we have, and we will come back around and be back in your ear holes again tomorrow at the time, 3 p.m. The place, well, right here. This is where you already are. So have a great night. We'll see you. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Bye-bye.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at text